evening, everybody, and I hope you're having a overall great week. And welcome to the late night NBA broadcast that is going to be featuring the Los Angeles Clippers taking on the Phoenix Suns in TNT late night Western Conference NBA basketball. Right now, the first game that's going on is about 2 minutes left in the first game. Milwaukee is right now beating Chicago by 20. 111-91. If you guys didn't hear the news earlier that happened with Giannis Antetokounmpo, he had to leave the game after only playing 9 minutes due to a wrist injury. There's been no update on what Giannis's condition is right now, but he did have to leave at around 9 minutes in the game, and he is officially out. And the Bucks still are having a great time right now, destroying the Chicago Bulls down there in good old Chicago. Evan, what's going on, my friend? How are you doing? Thank you so much for coming by the late NBA live broadcast. Just waiting for this game to conclude, then we're going to get ready for the game that's going to be happening in a little bit. Just want to tell you, keep your content is great. Keep it up, man. I appreciate that, Evan. Thank you very much. Appreciate all the support that you're giving me. Appreciate, all the feedback, positive feedback, always commenting on my videos and my shorts. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you guys sincerely. So I'm just waiting for the next game to start up. Right now they're just finishing up this game between the Bucks and the Bulls. Bucks right now lead by 18 with 1 minute and 36 seconds to go. And then we're going to be getting ready for the Phoenix Suns and the Los Angeles Clippers. Obviously, it's a Phoenix Suns team right now without Kevin Durant, who's still out due to injury. But we'll have to wait and see what's going to be happening with the rest of the team. You obviously still got Devin Booker. You still got Chris Paul. You still got DeAndre Ayton. You still got a couple of those key pieces. We'll have to wait and see what's going to happen going forward. Mr. Taco, how you doing, Mr. Taco? J Taco for life, YT, how you doing, bro? Hope you're enjoying your day so far. So thank you so much for coming by the live stream. And make sure you guys hit that like button if you haven't already. And give a sub to NYGJeffyT85, as well as the Hardcore Sports Network. And Let's Talk Sports as well. Thank you guys all for coming by the broadcast tonight for this live stream for the Phoenix Suns and the Los Angeles Clippers. It'll be the final game. It'll be the final game of the NBA before the All-Star break. And then we're going to be going to the All-Star break, and we're not going to be getting any basketball until I think around Thursday or Friday of next week. So hopefully everybody enjoyed their week so far. Hopefully everybody's enjoyed your basketball so far too. And I appreciate every single one of you guys coming here for the live stream, just getting ready for the game to start in a little bit. Make sure you guys hit that like button if you haven't already. And make sure you guys give a sub to NYGJeffyT85 as well as the Hardcore Sports Network as well. Thank you guys so much. Under 1 minute to go. Milwaukee is up by 16 right now against Chicago. Now they cut the lead down to 14. Nice little under the basket play there by absolutely it was. Absolutely was. It was a coming of age for a guy named Mikal Bridges. What a game that he had last night. Bridges was unbelievable in his play overall. 45 points, 8 rebounds overall. I believe he had 5 assists. He was absolutely terrific, including 2 blocks and 2 steals in the game last night. Mikal Bridges gave you a glimpse on why the Brooklyn Nets wanted this guy when they were trading away Kevin Durant to the Phoenix Suns. What's going on, Arku? Thank you so much for coming by the live stream. And yes, last night they definitely did look like a lot of fun. They were very, very fun watching them play that game last night against the Miami Heat, which is a team that at the point was trailing them for that one spot in the Eastern Conference. And now the Nets are at least locked in to that 5th seed going forward, which is a great thing. They're right now locked to that 5th seed behind Cleveland, Milwaukee, Philadelphia, and Boston. So, I mean, it's a good spot to be in the Eastern Conference. Just have to wait and see what they're going to do coming out of the All-Star break going forward. So, this game is officially concluded. The Milwaukee Bucks have defeated the Chicago Bulls in Chicago tonight by the final score of 112-100. So, Milwaukee goes into the All-Star break with a 12-game winning streak, which is tied for the longest in the NBA this season, which ironically was set by my Brooklyn Nets earlier on in the season. So the Milwaukee Bucks are absolutely rolling right now. Coach Ed, what's going on, my buddy? Coach Ed, how you doing? Thank you so much for coming by the live stream tonight, giving you guys a little bit of a late night basketball feel. I could have ended up doing this game between Milwaukee and Chicago, but I figured, you know what? Phoenix and Los Angeles, that's an enticing matchup. Obviously, I wish Kevin Durant was playing too, even though if anybody knows me, I can't stand Kevin Durant right now because of what happened with obviously my team. But either way, that game between Phoenix and Los Angeles would have been a very, very enticing basketball game going forward. So Javon Carter had a big game tonight for Milwaukee, 22 points and 6 rebounds. And even Brook Lopez scored over 30 points in tonight's game for the Milwaukee Bucks tonight against the Chicago Bulls, especially without Giannis and without Middleton. Brook Lopez and Javon Carter did a hell of a job tonight for stepping up for their team. What's going on, Danny Berry Sports? How you doing, bro? Thank you so much for coming by the live stream. I wish KD well with the Suns. He tried to work it out with the Nets, but Kyrie screwed it up. No, I'm sorry. I get it, but I don't want to hear it. If he really wanted to work it out, he didn't have to do what he did and requested a trade. He could have stayed with the Nets and tried to see if he can work through with this team he had currently. To my opinion, he gave up. He wanted to get out of there, and I don't really care what kind of emotional press conference he had with the Phoenix Suns talking about the Nets. He could have worked it out with the team, and he decided to run away because he didn't want to be in New York and try to, lead that Nets team to a potential championship. Thunder suck. I love when Danny and Arku are always going at it. He was emotional about BK during his presser. I heard about that, Coach, but it's not going to change my feelings towards Kevin Durant. It really is not. The dude had his chance to really change the feeling around Brooklyn, but he decided to request the trade immediately because of the fact that the Nets trade away his buddy, Kyrie Irving, who requested the trade. So I would have felt a lot better if, we tried to work it out during the season, finish out the season, and then if it didn't work out, you can explore a trade during the offseason. But then he pretty much gave up on the team after Kyrie Irving requested his trade. So I'm sorry, I got no sympathy for Kevin Durant or Kyrie Irving. No Mets, no Nets, no Jets. Thank you so much for coming by the live stream too. I apologize if I'm not going to scream and yell or anything. I have neighbors right now that are a little bit below me, so I don't want to be too loud and wake them up because it is a Thursday night. People have work to go to on Friday, so I can't be too loud. But I'll try to give you guys the best call that I can tonight for this basketball game between the Los Angeles Clippers and the Phoenix Suns. Obviously, the last basketball game before we officially hit the All-Star break. That's going to be happening starting this weekend. And all these NBA teams don't start getting it going again until around Thursday or Friday of next week. So you're going to be pretty much a week off of the NBA from now on going forward. I understand your opinion, but Kyrie was the worst for the organization. It was all on him, and Katie's comments kind of reflected that. I get it. I'm not going to play. I'm blaming everybody for the reason why. It was just an absolute mess with the Brooklyn Nets. So Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, Ben Simmons, James Harden, the owner, the GM, the head coach before. It was everybody's reason why this thing was a mess. What's going on, Mr. Aaron Judge? I know you're getting ready for a big baseball season coming up. Better get ready and get down there to get ready for some spring training with the New York Yankees. Obviously, if you guys haven't heard about the injury with Frankie Montes, he has to undergo shoulder surgery, and it sounds like he might be out for either most of the Major League Baseball season or all of the 2023 Major League Baseball season for the New York Yankees. So the Yankees are already getting a blow to their starting pitching staff already. But thank you guys all for coming by. 6 people already in the chat. Thank you guys all for coming by this live stream tonight for the Phoenix Suns and the Los Angeles Clippers. Just waiting for the game to get underway. And I'll give you guys the starting lineups for this game, as well as I'll make sure to give you guys the best play-by-play I can for the Phoenix Suns and the Los Angeles Clippers. Sean Marks should not have traded for James Harden. We were a championship contender. You could preach to the clouds on that one, Evan. We all, as Nets fans, said that. Nobody wanted him. Nobody wanted James Harden, unless you're just like one of those people that was just infatuated with the big three. Nobody wanted him. The team the Nets had was a potential winning franchise, and the Nets got greedy, and we all saw what ended up happening. They traded away Kevin Durant. They traded away all those young pieces, Karis LeVert. They traded away Jared Allen. They traded away all those first-round picks. Spencer Dinwiddie ended up leaving in the offseason. He actually tore his ACL and then eventually came back later that season and then eventually departed. But, yeah, it was a disaster. And luckily, at least now the Nets still have some talent to build on going into the 2022-2023 basketball season. So curious to see what's going to happen with this team going into the rest of this NBA season. I believe they got about 26 more games to go before we eventually hit the end of the season. I think this is still a playoff team, but we'll have to wait and see. Lucas, what's going on? Lucas, thank you so much for coming by the live stream tonight. Hope you enjoyed your Thursday, my friend, and thank you. Appreciate the support that you always give myself too. Thank you. Showing right now Kawhi Leonard, who's shooting he's scoring 22 points per game, 51% field goal percentage, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists so far on the NBA season for the Los Angeles Clippers. I'm going to the Penn versus Yale game tomorrow. Have an awesome time there, bro. Have an amazing time at the basketball game tomorrow. Devin Booker, 27 points per game, 48% field goal percentage so far. He's having a fantastic game so far, too. Shout out to Devin Booker and the job he's doing. He's now going to be teaming up with DeAndre Ayton and Kevin Durant. You want to talk about a deadly big three? You got it right there. And then you can't even forget about the point guard, Chris Paul. So that's a hell of a trio down there in Phoenix. Can't even deny it. A lot of people now are saying that Phoenix is the front runner to come out of the Western Conference and probably win the NBA championship. I got to see more to believe it. But either way, right now they're saying that the Phoenix Suns are the favorites right now to come out of the Western Conference and even come out as the favorites to win the NBA championship. So we'll have to wait and see what's going to happen either way. Oh man, they're really hyping up this NBA All-Star game. As you guys don't know, I'm going to be live streaming for 3 straight days. Tonight, you're going to be getting the basketball game. Tomorrow, another episode of the Football Friday and New York Giants talk show. It's going to be happening at around 12:45 to 1 o'clock, talking all about football and all that kind of stuff. And then stay tuned for Saturday night with myself, Mac the Giants fan, Mitch Kofsky, Tyler. You got, I believe, Platform 206. You're going to have a lot of people that are going to be streaming the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view for the WWE this Saturday night on the Hardcore Sports Network, as well as the Let's Talk Sports and everything else. The Mets would have been a World Series contender with Carlos Correa. Do you think they could still make it? Depends. I think with the Mets, it's all going to depend on the starting rotation, and namely Justin Verlander and Max Scherzer's health. If they can be not only healthy but effective during the Major League Baseball season, I do believe that the Mets could potentially go on a run. So, yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to. No, I don't think I'm going to be doing the XFL, Coach. I really have no interest in doing the XFL stuff. Maybe I'll do a game here or there, but no, I'm going to be doing the Elimination Chamber stuff because of obviously WWE getting hot and heavy right now, going into the WrestleMania season, and with the Elimination Chamber being the last stop. So that's where my main focus is going to be, is in the wrestling department. Jesser is playing in the NBA Celebrity Game tomorrow. There you go. There's another. You're going to be seeing a lot of famous celebrities out there. I thought you guys would be streaming 3-point NBA draft contests. There could be some of us that are doing the NBA stuff, but with the road to WrestleMania, I'm going to be fully equipped and going hardcore to the Elimination Chamber because of the monster storylines that are going in there, and because I'm a huge wrestling fan and just everything that's happening with the WWE. It'd be very, very hard pressed for me to not take advantage and do that. So I'm going to be going full throttle into the NBA right now with that and the WrestleMania and going into the Elimination Chamber. But I'm going to be giving you basketball tonight, football tomorrow, and then wrestling on Saturday night. So I'm just going to let you guys know my schedule, and I'll be back again on Monday with my guy Earl Cole for the wrestling experience, as well as the Monday Night Raw watch along with my guy Earl Cole and Philly Sports Talk podcast. But I appreciate all you guys coming here. Throw out some questions if you want. They're just pretty much right now. Shaq, Kenny, Ernie, and Charles Barkley are just talking about the NBA All-Star game right now. Pretty much just discussing about that going forward. Isaiah Hodgins back with the Giants. Yes, he is. He's the third one out of 3 exclusive free agents that the New York Giants have brought back right now. Hodgins, along with Jack Anderson and Lawrence Cager, have all been signed to new contracts with the New York Giants. I will be going over that, as well as going over the Giants coaching staff remaining intact. I'll go over some other NFL stuff that's going on. I'll go over just a lot of NFL talk and obviously a lot of Giants talk, even surrounding Saquon Barkley and Daniel Jones. So just be on the lookout for that. You'll be getting a lot of that. Do you think that Jessica could play in like a semi-pro league overseas, or even G League? Maybe G League or semi-pro. Probably not anything close to the NBA. Maybe a G League, but maybe like a semi-pro I could see. Not anything like, what we might be thinking about in terms of NBA Pro League. I'd be surprised if that happens. But you know what? Anything is possible. Anything is possible in the world of sports. So we'll have to wait and see. DeMar DeRozan didn't even play. That actually surprised me. I thought DeRozan was going to end up playing. So I'm surprised they haven't kicked off this basketball game, but I guess they're always going to delay it. So I wouldn't be surprised if it starts at around 2:15. They're showing right now the injury to Giannis Antetokounmpo, where he ended up injuring his wrist on a play, and he ended up leaving the game with that wrist injury. Only played 9 minutes in the game, but Brook Lopez and Juwan Carter stepped up their games, and they played a terrific games tonight for Milwaukee. Brook Lopez ended up scoring over 30 points tonight, and Juwan Carter ended up scoring 22 points and 7 assists. So Milwaukee said, no Middleton, no Antetokounmpo, no problem. They still went out there and they dominated the Chicago Bulls. And the Chicago Bulls right now, I don't know what happened to them. I thought they'd be a much better team this year. Obviously, they didn't have DeMar DeRozan, who was out with injury. Jesser is like 6'3" and plays exactly like Luka. He might have the same frame, might have the same similar skill set, but he's no Luka. We'll just say that. He's not a Luka. But like I said before, anything is possible. I don't expect him to go out there and be involved in the NBA, but who the hell knows? Appreciate the 11 in the chat right now. I got 11 people on the chat for this basketball game, 12 now, and I haven't even started the game tonight yet. Thank you all for coming by. Seriously. Lopez finished with 33 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 block shots. Holiday had 15.6 rebounds and 9 assists. Carter, 22, 6, and 6. And Vucevic finished the game 22 points, 16 rebounds, 3 assists. Levine at 18 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. And Patrick Williams, 16 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. Those were the leading scorers, assists, and rebound leaders for this game tonight for the Bucks and the Bulls. Bucks are on a 12-game winning streak. They're doing absolutely fantastic. They did have Antetokounmpo tonight. Yeah, Thanasis. And Thanasis didn't even play tonight. I believe if he had any minutes, it was towards the end, but he was pretty much inactive throughout the entire game. The only other basketball game that is going on tonight is the Washington Wizards and the Minnesota Timberwolves. But right now, Minnesota leads the game 104-100 with 2:33 to go in the fourth quarter. So that game is the only other game tonight, and then we hit the All-Star break. Talking about the slam dunk contest, Jericho Sims of the Knicks, Mac McClung, I believe, of the Clippers, Trey Murphy of the Hornets, of the Pelicans, and Kenyon Martin Jr. of the Heat. All those guys right now are involved in the slam dunk contest. Kenyon Martin Jr. gives me a lot of memories of his father and what he used to do back in the day. What's going on, Chad? How you doing, bro? Thank you so much for coming by the live stream. Plus, the celebrity game will be a great game to prove himself. Like, remember Myles Garrett went off last year? Myles Garrett's a freak of nature. Myles Garrett is a freak of nature athlete. That's how good he is. He's a freak of nature. It's my apologies. Sixers. Thank you very much, Lucas. I completely, my fault. Butterfly, how you doing, Butterfly? Thank you so much for coming by the live stream tonight. Appreciate that, guys. Everybody coming here. Shout out to the Ayton live stream, and we have not even played the game yet. Shout out to you guys. You guys are the best. I didn't think it'd be this lively tonight for this basketball game, but I appreciate every single one of you guys staying here and supporting me before we get going for this game between the Phoenix Suns and the Los Angeles Clippers, the final game before we do the All-Star game tonight. Just talking about some of the other stuff, like, previewing some of the All-Star games that have happened in the past. I used to really love the All-Star game in the past. I used to really did. I love the All-Star game, the festivities between, the dunk contest, which I was a huge fan of, and the three-point contest. I remember they even got rid of the slam dunk contest for a couple of years, and then eventually they brought it back. But I just fell out of love and fell out of favor with it over the time being. 10 likes so far, guys. Hit that like button. Hit that like button already. We need more than 10 likes. I want to see 15 or 20 likes on this live stream right now. So you guys go to that Hardcore Sports Network and go to the NYG Jeff T85 and hit that like button. I want to see 10 or 15 likes before we get going on the live stream. Hit that like button. It helps out the channel, it helps out the live stream, and it helps out the content going forward. I appreciate you guys, seriously, for being here for these live streams tonight. It really means the world to me. You have no idea. Myles Garrett is one athlete in the NFL that could just stop football and play that could just drop football and play in the NBA. You're absolutely right. He could. He's a freak of nature. I believe it's on Sunday at around 6 o'clock. They usually play the All-Star game overall. There you go. No Mets, no Nets, no Jets. Already hitting that like button. I'm sure you're probably not happy about the news about Frankie Montez not even playing. He's going to be out for the entire season due to injury. Didn't even play at all. And the Yankees are probably still looking for a left fielder because they have Aaron Hicks right now slated to take over at left field for the team. I remember Joe Harris when he won the three-point contest too. Everybody forgets Joey Buckets is still a very good three-point shooter. Showed it in a couple of glimpses when they brought in Finney Smith and Dinwiddie, and then he's cooled off a little bit. So we'll have to wait and see. They're showing right now We Are in the Valley, a poster of Booker, Durant, Paul, and Ayton for the team. Leonard, 28.2 points in the last 11 games. Booker, 24 points, 49.1 field goal percentage in the last 3. Talking about two of the best players in the NBA that are going to be squaring off one another against the guys at the Footprint Center in Phoenix, Arizona. I'm excited. I love seeing two teams this good. Denver is right now leading the Eastern Conference. And right now, Phoenix is back all the way up to 4th place, 32-27, 9 games out of 1st in the conference. 32-28 is LA Clippers, 9.5 out of the 1st place right now. And you got Jim Jackson, former NBA great, Jim Jackson and Spiro Ditas that will be calling the game tonight in Phoenix between the Suns and the Clippers. The Suns right now, a lot of people are thinking the Suns are going to be the overwhelming favorite to come out of not only the Western Conference, but come out of the NBA as the champions tonight. Getting ready to come onto the court as we speak. Right now between the Clippers, the big two, between Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. They picked up a couple of nice pieces at the trade deadline as well. Picking up Eric Gordon coming back to the Clippers. And now they're showing Devin Booker and DeAndre Ayton, part of the big four right now down there in Phoenix. Going to get ready to drop the starting lineups for tonight's basketball game. What's going on, Alex? Thank you so much for coming by the live stream. Starting lineups. To Terrence Mann, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, Marcus Smart Sr., and Ivan Zubac for the Clippers. And we're getting underway, and the Clippers have the basketball to start it off. I'm sorry, the Phoenix Suns do. Chris Paul gets it over to Devin Booker. Devin Booker to Ayton right now. Ayton gets over to Paul. Paul to Ayton. Throws it up. No good. Rebounded over there. And here's now Harrell's got it. Driving the basket. Throws it outside. Dunk on the play by Ivan Zubac. Zubac trailing the play. Puts it home. And the Clippers take an early 2-0 lead. Suns now have it. Devin Booker with the basketball. Booker gets on the outside. Gets over to Paul. Paul down low. Fadeaway shot. No good. In and out. And it's going to be rebounded by the Suns. Got Okogie and Craig out there. Rebounded by Leonard. Leonard gets on the outside. Over. Gets outside to Man. Man with it. Back to Leonard. Leonard over to George. George got it now. George hands over to Zubac. Zubac drives the basket, and he's fouled on the play by DeAndre Ayton. Ayton picking up the foul, and Zubac is going to head to the line for shoot. And there's Kevin Durant, the traitor, on the bench right now. KD is not playing. He's still out with the MCL sprain right now. He's not playing. What's the most likes you've ever gotten on a stream? 200 something, I believe. First shot is missed. First shot in the game is missed right now by Zubac. Durant is on the bench. 16 people in the live stream. Thank you guys so much for coming by. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Zubac on the second one now. Puts it up. Nails it. 3-0 early lead for the Los Angeles Clippers. Suns now have it. Paul with it. Gets it over to Booker. Booker now with the basketball. 3-point shot. No good off the rim. Rebound, it's out of bounds off of Okogie. Off of Okogie. And it's going to be Clippers basketball. Off the hands of Okogie. And it's going to be Clippers basketball. Shout out to the 16 in the live stream. Thank you guys so much. Leonard with it. Gets it down low. Over to Morris. Morris now. Spin move. Puts up. No good. Oh, and it's going to roll in on the play. Morris gets it into the basket. Marcus Morris. 5-0 lead for the Clippers. Ayton now with it. Ayton. Guard on the outside. Chris Paul has it now. Chris Paul gets to the Booker. Stolen away by Man. Terrence Mann with it. And he turns it back over. Chris Paul gets the turnover. And it's now given to Booker. Booker throws it up. Blocked on the play, but he's fouled. And it's going to be on Paul George. Paul George commits the foul on the play. KD, I miss his Seattle days. I do too, Coach. I do too. No, he's going to be back after the All-Star break, Alex. He will be back after the All-Star break from the MCL sprain. Everybody, like it. Exactly. Hit that like button if you guys haven't already. Thank you. First foul shot, and Phoenix is on the board now with their first points of the game, 5-1. They're going to keep showing Kevin Durant like every single second. Second foul shot up is good. 5-2, 9:57 to go in the first quarter. LA has it. George now gets it outside to Leonard. Leonard with the basketball. Leonard gets back over to George. George with it. Guard on the outside by Craig. Jump shot. And he sinks it from 20 feet. Paul George with a jump shot. 7-2. Clippers take the early lead. Phoenix has now got it. Booker with it. Booker with the basketball. Guarded by George. Booker outside. Gets it over to Craig. Gets it over to Ayton now. Ayton now with it to Chris Paul. Chris Paul with the basketball. Guarded on the outside by Morris. Paul, 3-point shot. No good off the back rim. Rebounded by the Clippers. Kawhi Leonard with it. Pick play there by Zubac. Zubac gets over to Maine. Or gets over to Morris. 3-point shot by Morris. Off the front rim. No good. It's going to go off of the Suns. It's going to go off of Okogie on the play. It's still going to be Clippers ball. Zubac is underrated. I agree. I absolutely agree with you, Lucas. He's very underrated. There's a dunk play. No good by Terrence Mann, but it's going to be a foul on the play by the Suns. Foul on Torrey Craig. On that dunk attempt by Terrence Mann. And Mann is going to go to the free throw line, shooting 2. Mann at the line, first free throw up is good. Mann sinks the first free throw. 8:59 to go. Clippers take an early 8-2 lead in this game. Getting ready for a second free throw now. Puts it up. No good. Off the front rim. Rolls out. Rebounded by Craig. Gets it over to Booker now. Booker with it. Gets it down low to Paul. Paul now with the basketball. Jump shot from the foul line. No good. Rebounded by the Clippers. Mann's now got it. Controlling the point. Mann with it. Mann driving to the basket. Off the backboard. Lays it up and in. Terrace Mann puts it up and in. 8:35 to go. Hits the free throw. 10-2. Now the Phoenix Suns have it. Ayton with the basketball, and there's a foul on the play. It's going to be it's actually going to be a 3-second defensive 3 seconds on the Clippers. And it's going to be on Marcus Morris. And Devin Booker is going to go to the line because it is a technical foul. Booker will go to the line shooting the tech. He puts it up, and he nails it. 10-3. And Phoenix will get the basketball now after that technical foul shot on the defensive 3 seconds on Marcus Morris. Suns have it. Ayton now gets it on the outside to Booker. Booker gets it back over to Ayton. Jump shot. And he puts it up and in. DeAndre Ayton puts it up and in. 10-5 with 8:15 to go in the first quarter. Mann now gets on the outside. Gets on the outside of George. Step back. 3-point shot. In and out. No good. Rebounded by Ayton. Ayton picks up the rebound. Gets it over to Booker. Booker. Going on the outside by Zubac. Zubac stolen away. Terrace Mann now has it. Mann drives the basket and dunks it home on the play. Terrace Mann dunks it home. Second dunk of the game for Mann. 12-5. And Suns call a full timeout with 7:49 to go in the first quarter. LA is off to a very strong start so far in this first quarter overall between Phoenix and Los Angeles. A lot of good job controlling the outside, too, by LA. Trying to play a little bit of that two-man game, having Kawhi and having Paul George control the outside, get the ball over to their shooters. And I like the fact that Mann is playing aggressive to the basket. He's playing very aggressive to the basket. He's not waiting for the defender to come to him. He's playing aggressive, driving to the basket, creating contact, and trying to draw the fouls. He's off to a very solid start right now for the Clippers. He's leading the team right now with 5 points. So Mann is off to a good start. Both Leonard and Zubac have 2 rebounds. Zubac's got 3 points overall. Morris has also got 2, and George has got 2. Leonard has got the 2 rebounds overall. I think this is going to be still a terrific basketball game, but you guys let me know in the comment section. Shout out. We had as many as 19 in the chat immediately. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for coming by the live stream this early in this basketball game already. Thank you all. But I'm curious to see what's going to happen going forward because the Suns team. Can you imagine when they add Kevin Durant? You have Durant, who is the king of the mid-range. Ayton, who's the guy that can go down low and dunk the basketball, control the paint. And then you have Chris Paul, the facilitator. And you got Devin Booker, the 3-point and shooting specialist. You have guys that have each of them have a good role on this basketball team. That's what's going to make Phoenix so deadly because you have your mid-range shooter in Durant. You got your shooting specialist in Booker. You got your guy that's going to control the paint in Ayton. And you have your facilitator in Paul. All 4 of those guys. It's just going to be dependent on the bench. I think Phoenix is going to go as far as the rest of their bench takes them because their bench is weak right now overall. I think their bench is a little bit weaker compared to what they had before when they had Bridges and when they had Cam Johnson. And they still have Cam Payne. They still have Torian Craig. They still have Landry Shamet. They still have, Okogie. They still have players on that bench. But they don't have the type of players that they had previously before. That's the difference right now between what Phoenix had and what they don't have. But when you have dynamic players like Durant, Paul, Booker, it's going to take me a while to get used to the fact that Durant and Irving are not Nets because it's been 4 years. But Durant, Paul, Booker, and Ayton, that's what their team is going to pretty much. And they also have TJ Warren, too. I can't forget The Suns also still have TJ Warren on their team, whom they also picked up from the Brooklyn Nets as well in that trade. So it wasn't just a straight up Kevin Durant for Johnson, Bridges, and picks. It was also the fact that they had other guys that they picked up in the meantime as well. So it was multiple guys that they picked up in the trade. You already see the Kevin Durant jerseys in Phoenix selling like hotcakes. Back to action right now. Paul's got the basketball. Gets it out to the outside to Ayton. Now he over to Booker. Booker with it. Gets to the basket. Booker now. Gets on the outside. So Kawhi. Kawhi spin move. Puts it out outside to Ayton. Jump shot. No good off the back rim. Rebounded by LA. LA's got it now. Leonard with it. Leonard, 19-foot jump shot. No good. In and out. Rebounded by Ayton. Ayton now with the basketball. Ayton gets it over to Paul. Paul now with it. Paul gets on the outside back to Kawhi. Kawhi gets down low to Ayton. Jump shot from 14. No good. Rebounded by Man. Man's got it now. Man over to George. George over to Leonard now. Leonard back over to Man. Man to the outside. Guarded over by Ayton. Gets it over now to Morris. Morris over to Leonard. Leonard's now got a pick play by Zubac. Zubac now. Leonard underneath. No good. Misses the rebound. Ayton gets it. Ayton now with it. Ayton over to Booker. 3-point shot. No good off the back rim. Rebounded by Zubac. Zubac over to Man. Man's got it now. Man with the basketball. Gets it down low over to Leonard. Leonard with it. Leonard outside to George. 3-point shot. Is good. Paul George nails the three from the top of the key. Clippers up 15-5 with 6:13 to go in the first quarter. Paul's now got it. Dribbling the basketball. Paul gets it over to Booker. Underneath and lays it up and in. Devin Booker with the driving layup. Lays it up and in on the assist from Chris Paul. Man's now got 15-7. Man gets it over to George. George back to Man. Man with the basketball. Gets on the outside and overthrows his target trying to get it to Zubac. Out of bounds, and it's going to be Suns basketball. Paul gets it in quickly. Paul. Now over to Paul's got it. Paul, pick play by Ayton. Bounce pass to Ayton. 14-foot jump shot. Puts it home and in. DeAndre Ayton sinks the shot. Puts it up and in. And the Suns cut the lead to 18-9 with 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. George now with it. George gets over to Leonard. Leonard outside of Morris. Morris the Man. Puts it up. And he sinks the 3-point shot from the corner. Terrace Man. 3-point shot. And it's now 18-9. Clippers now. Suns got it. Suns with the basketball. Gets it over on the outside to Ayton. Ayton with it. Outside over to Booker. Booker. And this looks like there's going to be a defensive foul on the play. And it's going to go against Terrace Man. Man gets the foul, and Eric Gordon is going to check into the game now for the Los Angeles Clippers with 4:53 to go. Eric Gordon is going to make his return to the Los Angeles Clippers now, checking in for Terrence Mann. You have to wonder now if you're going to be seeing Kawhi Leonard now play more of a point forward. Paul bounds it into Ayton. Ayton to Craig. Craig now down low to Booker. Puts it up the shot. No good off the back rim. Rebounded by the Clippers. Man's got it now. Gets on the outside. Oh, what a play by Kawhi Leonard. Puts it up, and it's no good. Rebounded by Zubac. Zubac knocked away by Paul. Paul with it now. Paul with the basketball. Outside of Kawhi. 3-point shot. I got it. Josh Okogie knocks down the 3-point shot, and it's now 18-12. 4:25 to go. Clippers are 2 for 4 from the 3-point line. Phoenix gets their first one. Zubac now gets out of the outside of Morris. Morris with it. Gets over to Leonard. Leonard with the ball. Jump shot. And it's going to roll in and out. Rebounded by Ayton. Ayton now over to Craig. Craig over to Booker. Booker trying to spin away from Leonard. Booker now with it. Puts up the fadeaway. No good, but it's a foul. And it's going to go against the Clippers. It's going to go against Eric Gordon. And Nicholas Batum looks like he's about to check into the game for the Clippers. A lot of substitutions you're seeing now coming in. Booker's going to sub out right now. Ish Wainwright and Terrence Ross now are going to sub into the game for the Suns. Nicholas Batum, the long-time Portland Trailblazer, is now going to check into the game for the Clippers. Ayton now with it. Ayton hands it off to Ross. Or Paul. Paul with the jump shot. No good off the back rim. Rebounded by Gordon. Gordon's now got it now. Gordon with the basketball. Driving to the basket. Up and under. No good. Rebounded by Zubac. Knocked away from his hands. And it's recovered now by the Suns. Terrence Ross has it now. Ross with the basketball. Bounce pass to Ayton. Jump shot. Puts it home. DeAndre Ayton with the 12-foot pull-up shot. Puts it up and in. 18-14 now. And we go to a full timeout. Timeout called by the Clippers with 3:33 to go in the first quarter. 18-14. Clippers lead the game. Shout out to the 10 in the live stream. Thank you guys so much. Hit that like button and hit that sub button to NYG Jeffy T85 for more live play-by-play and reactions surrounding the NBA. Thank you guys so much for being here on this late basketball night with the Los Angeles Clippers and the Phoenix Suns, the final NBA game before we go into the All-Star break. Shout out to all you guys for the support that you are giving the channel right now for the Hardcore Sports Network and NYG Jeffy T85. You guys are friggin' awesome. Thank you all, seriously. But good game so far, I will say that. Good game so far. I'm actually really... I think this is going to be a much better game than a lot of people expected. I really do. So, thank you guys all for being here, too, for the support. I really mean it. Thank you, sincerely, for all you guys being here, for the support of the channel going forward. What do you guys think is going to happen tonight? Do you think that the Clippers are going to win this game? Or do you think that the Suns are going to be able to handle business? Who's going to have the advantage going into the All-Star break? These teams are literally neck and neck. In fact, if the Suns win, they will have a game-and-a-half lead over the Clippers for that number 4 seed in the West. And if the Clippers win, they will leapfrog the Suns going into the All-Star break, and they will now officially be in 4th place in the Western Conference. So these two teams are jockeying right now for that 4th spot, and we all know home court advantage goes to the top 4 teams. So that could be a big thing right now for seeding going into the stretch run of the NBA. So I'm really curious to see what's going to happen going forward with these teams heading into the playoff stretch. So let me know in the comment section what you guys think. There are only 3 games that are on tonight, as well as this one. The Bucks ended up winning the game earlier on tonight, though I'm sure their concern right now is the health and status of Giannis Antetokounmpo. He injured his wrist 9 minutes into the first quarter of the game tonight against the Chicago Bulls. He had a wrist injury, only played 9 minutes, and he left the game due to an injury. But the Bucks were pretty much in control of this game. They were up by 20 points at one point, ended up winning 112-100. And the other game that happened tonight, the Washington Wizards were able to defeat the Minnesota Timberwolves tonight by the final score of 114-106. I'll give you guys the updated playoff standings at the end of the first quarter to let you guys know where each team stands right now in terms of their seeds going into the second half of the NBA season. So I'll let you guys know all that. I might even do a Nets stream sometime during next week because there's not going to be a lot of Nets games going on. We don't play until at least, the end of the week of next week. So just going to let you guys know that there might be a net stream that could be on the horizon, but just let you guys know that going forward. Bones Highland has entered the game now as well for the Los Angeles Clippers. Outside right now, Kennard is in the game. There's a good play on the outside. Clippers now have it. And it's knocked out of the hands. knocked out of the hands of Bones Highland, but there's going to be a foul on the play. Highland is going to go to the line now, and he's going to shoot 2. Luke Kennard is also in the game right now for the Clippers. So Kennard is checked in, Highland is checked in, Plumlee is also checked in. Miles Plumlee, who they acquired as well, is in the game now too. Mason Plumlee. First shot for Highland, rolls in. Right now the lineups for the Clippers: Kawhi Leonard, Nicholas Batum, Mason Plumlee, Bones Highland, and Eric Gordon for the Clippers. And for the Suns, you got DeAndre Ayton, Chris Paul, Ish Wainwright, T.J. Warren, and Terrence Ross who are in. Chris Paul with the basketball now. Ayton with the screen. Gets it over now. Jump shot by Ross. Nails the jump shot. Terrence Ross with the 7-foot jump shot. Puts it home. 20-16 with 2:55 to go. Leonard tries to chuck up a shot and he's fouled. T.J. Warren, there's a foul on the play. Jock Landale is now going to check into the game as well for the Phoenix Suns, as well as Sedin Lee. Saban Lee is also going to check into the game now for the Phoenix Suns. There's a plastic Kawhi Leonard. Leonard puts up the shot. No good. Rebounded on the play by Phoenix. Lee now with it. Gets on the outside over to Warren. Back over to Lee. Lee over to gets it over to Wainwright. Now over to Ross. Ross now with it. Underputs the ball, and it's knocked out of the hands, and there might be a foul on the play. They're actually going to say it was knocked out of bounds on the play. Throws the ball in. Ross now with it. Gets it on the outside. Puts up the jump shot. Nails it. What a beautiful shot there by Terrence Ross. Puts in the shot, and it's now 20-18. Terrence Ross already with 4 quick points off the bench. Plumlee now with it. Plumlee gets it on the outside. Gets it over to Gordon. Gordon fakes it, puts up the shot, and he's going to roll it home. Eric Gordon makes the 2-point shot and the foul. It's going to be a foul on Saban Lee on the play. Saban Lee commits the foul on the play, and Gordon is going to look like he's going to have the opportunity for the 3-point play. 23-18 with 2:03 to go in the first. Eric Gordon, the veteran now, puts up the foul shot, hits the foul shot, 3-point play is connected. 23-18, Clippers up in the game. Landale now with it at the top of the key. Hands it off now to Ross. Over now to Wainwright. Wainwright underneath, goes to the outside. Ross puts up the shot. No go off the front rim. Rebounded by Bones Highland. Highland's now got it. Near the top of the key. Gets it over on the outside to Gordon. Puts up the shot. No good. Blocked there by Landale. And now here comes Saban Lee. Lee with the basketball. Under puts it up. And it's no good. Rolls up. Blocked by Plumlee on Landale. And it's going to be, it looks like a foul on the play. Personal foul by Saban Lee. What a block shot there. What a block shot by Miles Plumlee, or Mason Plumlee, on Jock Landale. And my special guest, I didn't even know he was popping up, but my good buddy, Next Shift Randy, is here. How you doing, Randy?
Good. I don't know if you've seen the messages in your group chat there on your page, but we've been trying to talk to you back and forth, but I don't think the messages are coming through to you because it looks like Lou G Nation is asking you if he could have the link because he wanted to join you because he's on a plane flying to Miami right now.
I didn't even know that. I haven't been on Twitter all day. I didn't even
know
that.
It's right now. It's during the stream on your message stream. Lou asked earlier. He's like, link. He's like, I'm on a plane to Miami.
I didn't even know that. Why is Lou going off right now?
I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, my chat must have been My chat must have been not working or something, because I don't know why I didn't see these comments coming in. So
Yeah, I don't think he realizes who I am, because I was like I was messaging you. I was like, yo, Jeff, you seeing our messages on your page?
no, I
And
haven't. Oh, my comments weren't coming in. I guess the stream must have not been working. I apologize. I didn't even know that. Do you want to
oh no,
stay
it's all
on for the
good.
game?
Yeah, I obviously you didn't see, but I just got home after a 14-hour day, so I'm just gonna hop off really quick, and then I'll be right back.
That's fine.
I just want to grab something to drink. I just got home, man. I'm tired.
No, I didn't even know that. I apologize. The
Hey, no,
comments
it's all
weren't
good.
coming
That's why I
in.
hopped on. I just wanted to see if you were having any troubles. I just wanted to help you out. So yeah, no, we're good. I'll be right
Three-point
back.
shot on the outside by Terrence Ross. 28-21, 43 seconds to go right now in this game. Kennard now with it, gets it over to Highland. Highland now with the basketball, dribbling it up the court. Bones Highland now with the basketball, going against Landale, knocked away by Saban Lee. Lee's now got it. Lee with the basketball, guarded on the outside by Gordon, gets it down there to Landale, puts it up, and it's a foul on the play by Mason Plumlee with 24.5 seconds to go in the first quarter. Foul on the play by Mason Plumlee. And Landale is going to go to the line, and he's going to shoot two. 6.7 points on the game or on the season for Landale. 52% shooting. Puts up the first free throw and knocks it home. Knocks home the first free throw shot. Ross is now going to check out of the game. Torrey Craig comes back in as well. So they're getting their starters now back in the game. Craig's back in for Saban Lee. Landale now back at the line. Puts it up and puts it in. 23 seconds to go in the first quarter. Clippers now have it. Gordon with it at the top of the key. Guard on the outside by Craig. Gordon now. Pick play there by Plumlee. Puts up the three. No good off the back rim. Rebounded over on the outside. And the Suns are trying to put up a shot. Okogie with the three. Off the back rim. No good. And that is the end of the first quarter with the score. The Los Angeles Clippers 28 and the Phoenix Suns 23. Excellent quarter in terms of the play-by-play going over between both these teams. Really enjoyed it. What's up, Lou? Honestly, I had no idea you were even saying anything in the chat.
No, I just heard him explain everything to you, so I get it now.
Yeah, I had no idea you were even in the chat, man. I apologize. The comments weren't showing up, so. How you doing, bro?
I'm pissed off. I've been stuck at the airport all day, missed my damn flight. Now they sending me halfway across the country, the opposite way of where I'm supposed to be going. It's just been a shit show all day.
Why? What happened?
I was supposed to go to Houston.
Mm.
My flight got delayed, missed my connection flight. Then they said all the flights were booked. So they either try to make me spend the night in the airport or send me to Miami when I'm supposed to be going to Houston.
Jesus Christ. Are you supposed to be going down there to see family?
Miami. Right. So now I got to fly to Miami, spend the night in the hotel in Miami, then catch a flight from Miami to Houston in the morning. I was supposed to be there by like a long time ago today. Now I'm not going to get there till like afternoon tomorrow.
Bro, I'm sorry, bro, that you have to go through all this shit. I apologize, man. It sucks. Don't you love the airlines when they do that kind of stuff to you all the time? It's BS. But I mean, I'm sorry you got to go through that kind of stuff, man. I really am. Hopefully, everything can be squared away.
Jay just tried to call me.
Oh, he did?
Jay just tried to call me because he was supposed to be meeting me. He live in Houston.
Is that why you were going down to Houston to go meet up with Jay or just see some family?
No. My aunt's not doing too good, so I want to go pay my respects before, But,
prayers up to your aunt that she's gonna be okay.
Oh nah, it's beyond that. She's in hospice. She's old.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, bro.
No, she lived a long life, man.
I mean, I'm sorry that happened. So.
She raised her kids. She did what she was supposed to do. She lived a good life. I mean, we all got to go sometime. It would be selfish of me to ask her to hold on when she's in pain. Go home. You know what I mean?
No, I understand completely what you mean. I mean, like you said, she lived a very good long life, and hopefully, it can happen peacefully, and she won't have to be in pain
Yeah,
anymore.
she's
So
94, bro. She's 94.
God bless her. God bless
Yeah.
her. But we all wish we can live to that age. We all wish we can get up to that age and live that long.
I
But
don't know. I don't want to get to 94 if I can't move around and stuff. Like if
yeah,
somebody got to change me and bathe me, I don't want to. Let me go. Yeah. I don't want to be
even
a burden on nobody.
even Bookend says, "Yo, Lou, that shit and unwanted adventure." Yeah, you have to pretty much fly all across the world. Are they at least going to be
Yeah.
paying for your flight because you have to do this, or you have to pay for still everything?
No, they're paying for my hotel and all my meals until I get to Houston.
Well, at least they're accommodating you for that kind of stuff,
Well,
and they're the.
they weren't gonna do it. I had to raise hell at the airport. I
Well, that's
almost got a
BS
long.
because they're rerouting you. They're rerouting you all over the place. They should.
I almost got a long Cape Polly.
It's good to see you though, bro. It's good to hear from you again, man. It's been a while since I've talked with you and the Big Blue Crew.
No, you're doing your thing though, man. I want you to come on my new show. I'm gonna set up. I already set it all up. It's on Rumble.com, the man-made show. But when I get back to North Carolina, I want you to be one of the first
Oh yeah, I
guests on my
mean,
new show.
yeah. Just send me the
This
link
one,
over on Twitter, and I'll be happy to hop on anytime. I apologize. I don't really go on my Twitter a lot. You guys know that, so I didn't even know like anybody was messaging me because I've been on Twitter all day. Yes, you can hop on, Randy. Lou is not
no, I
going
was
to beat you
messaging
up
you
in
in
the
the live
fight.
chat.
Yeah, you can hop on, Randy. It's all good.
Nah, you
You
good.
can hop on.
I thought it was because asked you. I asked you for the link, and then he was like, "Can I come on UFC 285?" So it sounded like
No, he's just messing him.
yeah.
Randy's good, people. He's good. He's all good, man. Don't have to worry about Randy at all. TJ Warren with the jump shot in the mid-range, 30-25. Clippers right now leading the game. And there's a drive to the basket by Mason Plumlee. Right to the basket, 32-25. 11:15 to go in the first quarter. Booker's now got at the three-point line. Gets it over on the outside of Paul. Paul driving to the basket, puts it up, and puts it in. Terrence Mann puts it up and puts it in. 30-27. What's up, Randy? I think Lou's connection might be breaking up a little bit because he's in the middle of his flight. So.
Oh, brutal. Yeah, no harm, no foul, Lou. I don't know if you remember, but I was on one of your shows or a couple of your shows in the past there before. Obviously the name was different. It was Randall the Handle. Now I switched to Next Shift. But yeah, I was like, I didn't know he was asking me. I thought he was asking you. So it was like just total conversation, total mix up. But yeah, I was like, what the heck? What is that towards me? Like, what did I say? So I start going back in the comments. I'm like, did I say something?
I didn't even know. Like, I'm looking at my comments, and I didn't even see like the comments weren't showing up in the comment section. So I'm like, I saw Lou and then your comments. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, StreamYard must have been doing something odd. And like right now, you're giving Paul George is giving the same face you were probably just giving before, like that
Yeah.
the whole time on at the stream after he apparently got fouled on the play, but I don't know if they're gonna call it an offensive foul after that 3-point shot he just put up. Oh, he's probably looking for a foul as well. Yeah, he's looking for a foul on the play. But appreciate you hopping on, Randy. I appreciate you being my co-host for the stream. It's my first time doing a basketball stream with you in a game, so I really love that. I know how much you love the game of basketball. So, I mean, I've been waiting to do a basketball stream for you for a while, too.
Yeah. Just with my schedule and the fact that I'm all over the place. And like I said before, to anybody that doesn't know, I'm always on call. So the second they call, I have to come in. Like there's no ifs, ands, or buts. So
don't worry about it, man. Don't worry about it at all. I mean,
but today I worked a 14-hour day, 14 plus hours today. So
bro,
I got the next.
You worked a 14-hour day, and you're still worrying to hop. You're still wanting to hop on and do a stream with me.
I saw that you were by. I thought you were by. I saw you were by yourself, and I was like, shit. No one really likes to do stuff by themselves too much, especially this late. So I was like, shit. I'll hop on and see if you wouldn't mind the company at all.
Yeah, if you want to be my co-host of the stream, I absolutely would not mind that at all. I would appreciate it, actually. I would. I sincerely do. I've been wanting to call basketball games with you for a while, because I know your knowledge of the game of basketball.
Sweet. Well, yeah, just let me know in the future when you do games, so that if our schedules link up, we can do them together for sure.
I'm thinking about doing some games more on Thursday nights on TNT. I actually don't mind doing the Thursday night games on TNT, so I'm thinking about maybe doing it a lot more often, but we'll wait and see.
Yeah, cool. Sweet.
Yeah, you could be my wingman for it. While Mitch is my wingman normally for the earlier games, you could be my wingman for like the late games.
Perfect.
3-point shot. Nicholas Batum off the side rim, rebounded here by the Suns. Wayne right now with it, top of the key. That's actually Damian Lee. Gets on the outside now over to Lee. Lee with it again. Lee, jump shot. Off the backboard, no good, but there's a foul on the play. Randy, what do you think about this basketball game tonight? It's an offensive foul, actually, on Damian Lee.
Well, first of all, I feel like the Suns are already handicapped by the fact that they're, all that they gave up and no Durant yet for them. Obviously, T.J. Warren played a game, but I guess he's dealing with an injury right now, so they're definitely going to have to really rely a lot on their bench and their starters to pull them through this game. But like I said in the comments before, man, looking at this Clippers team, they are deep, man. Like, they got guys that can come off the bench that are starters on some teams. So,
And we talked about at the trade deadline, Randy. We said that the Clippers were one of those teams that really improved their team in terms of their depth, getting Bones Highland, Mason Plumlee, and also getting Eric Gordon, who just sunk a 3-point shot about a minute ago. So they are deep to go around Kawhi and PG-13.
Absolutely.
PG-13, you drive it to the basket underneath, knocked away on the play. Suns with the basketball now, and there's driving to the basket. Okogie puts it up and in. Okogie with the layup, and it's stolen away. And there's a shot there by Damian Lee. Back-to-back shots by the Suns. And it's now 38-34 with 8:18 to go. The Suns got caught sleeping on that one. Literally in about 2 seconds, they make a shot by Okogie, and then it was knocked out of the hands of Gordon, and Damian Lee steals it and puts it right back up and in, and it's a 4-point game now with 8:18 to go in the second.
See, can't be lack. You can't lack. Gotta be.
God damn it! I love the game of basketball. Man,
I can't wait for Saturday. I can't wait for the All-Star festivities on Saturday.
Are you calling the All-Star festivities on Saturday, Randy, or no?
I'm still. I actually will find that out tomorrow, because right now I'm in the middle of setting up my my studio. So we'll see what happens.
Awesome.
Yeah, that'd be a lot of fun. That'd be a lot of fun.
Because, I mean, I was thinking about maybe watching a little bit of the All-Star game, but either way, I mean, of course, because I'm doing the Elimination Chamber with our guy over here, Mr. Earl Cole, who just popped into the live stream. There he is.
Perfect timing. What's up, Earl?
Make sure you guys go check out the Wrestling Experience with Earl. Just popped on this past Thursday. So make sure you guys go check that out. And, of course, go check out my guy, Next Shift Randy. And don't ever forget about the legendary G Nation Inside Sports. Can't forget about Lou. One of the biggest reasons why I started YouTube content creating was because of him, Big Pat, and Classified 3F with Joel. The big blue crew. That's the reason why you see me doing this kind of stuff right now. So I always have to give my shout out and my love to those guys in the big blue crew and all the great work that they do. They're in their element right now with the NFL draft stuff. So make sure you guys go check that out. Please check out Next Shift Randy. He's actually going to be you're going to be doing the Daytona 500 on Sunday, right?
Yeah, I'll be doing the Daytona 500 as well, along with AK, Eagles, and Further AM. So there'll be three of us to do that big-ass race over 4.5 hours.
So make sure you guys go check out the Daytona 500 with our guy, Next Shift Randy, Further AM, and AK Eagles. So make sure you guys go check that out. And Randy, I hope you have some time tomorrow, because I know I know there's probably a lot you want to say during the football show tomorrow about your Philadelphia Eagles, about the Super Bowl, about the coaching changes with your team. I'm sure you have a lot to talk about when it comes to the Eagles and what you're expecting this team to do in the offseason, including your quarterback, who looks like he's about to, pretty much make that bread in the offseason.
Yes. I mean, there's a lot of obviously we had our season-ending meetings with the brass and the coaches, and they one of the very first questions they asked during that meeting was Jalen Hurts' contract status, and the first thing Howie Roseman said was he proved to us that he's a starting quarterback in the NFL. And we're not letting this man leave this facility. So they're definitely on. If they're not already working on it, they've already started, and more news to follow, obviously. But yeah, like still butthurt about it, but it is what it is. I mean, still a great season. They did a heck of a lot better than I had anticipated in preseason. So I gotta stay positive on that. Again, it does suck that we lost the Super Bowl, but I mean, in the end, we made it. That accounts for something. But like you said, obviously, you get to that opportunity in that point in the season, you're gonna get you're gonna have a lot of teams wanting to scout either coaching staff or potential players from your team. And by that, I either mean like with either free agency scouting or courting or potential trades. So this offseason is going to be big for my Philadelphia Eagles. But yeah, it's bittersweet, Jeff. But because I was really hoping to at least get halfway close to being at least having 2 rings to your 4. But right now I'm sitting with 1. So it is what it is. But I can't be too butthurt. We still have 1. So.
You guys had a hell of a season. I mean, I give you guys, even though I can't stand your team, and the person inside me, of course, was celebrating when you lost. But either way, you guys had a hell of a season, and I can't take that away from you and the overall play. But I mean, the Phoenix Suns over here, the Phoenix Suns are getting steal after steal after steal. Damian Lee stole the inbound pass, and Josh Okogie hit a 3-point shot, but then PG3 answered with another 3, and then you just had a dunk over there by the Suns, and then another 3-point shot there. PG3 is starting to heat up now from behind the 3-point line. Chris Paul now with it. Paul now gets it on the outside. Paul gets it over Biyombo. Biyombo over to Lee. 3-point shot. Knocks it home from the corner. Damian Lee putting that injection in his veins. 3-point shot. 6:40 to go in the second quarter. PG3 on the outside over to Batum. Back to PG3. 13 got it. Gets it down low to Zubac. Outside of Batum. 3-point shot. Off the front rim. Knocked away. And it's going to be knocked out of the hands and an offensive foul. Loose ball foul on Ivan Zubac, who I like. I think Zubac is a very underrated center in the NBA.
Absolutely. Yes.
I think he doesn't get talked about as one of the better young centers in the NBA.
Absolutely. Do the Clippers still have Kennard?
Yes, they do. Luke Kennard is still one of their key bench players. He was in the game a little bit earlier ago.
Look at their 3-point shooting. Holy shit. They got guys everywhere.
It's lethal. And you forget about a guy like Nicholas Batum as well.
Yes. Yeah.
He's how good he's been. Josh Okogie fakes it, goes inside, and Josh Okogie slays it up and in with the mask and all. 44 up. With about 6 minutes to go. Suns are hitting 69% with their shots tonight in the second quarter. But Clippers are hitting 56. They're not too shabby as well. Man to the outside. Gets it on the outside over to Gordon. Puts up the shot. No good. And it's rebounded by Lee. Lee now hands it off to Booker. Booker with the basketball. Drive into the basket. Outside. Knocked off PG-13. And it's going to be Suns basketball.
Wow.
I like this. This is fun. And you know the crazy thing about this? Crazy thing about it too, Randy, these two teams are neck and neck in the Western Conference. Neck and neck. They're literally a half game separated in between the 4th and the 5th seed.
Ooh. Half a game?
Yeah, just a half a game. They're both the Suns are 9 out of the first place in the conference, and the Clippers are just a half game out at 9.5. 3-point shot by Terrence Mann, and is now 47-44. Clippers back up by 3 with 5:25 to go in the first. Booker's now got it now. Booker now on the outside. Guarded, but looks like there's going to be a loose ball foul on the play. Like that by 8. Good knockaway there by Zubac. It's going to be a personal foul on Paul George.
Man, this team goes where Paul George and Kawhi take them. That's it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The one thing about the Clippers is they have to be a team that has to stay healthy. They
Yes.
have to stay healthy, especially those two guys, because when Leonard and George are playing at a high level, by the way, it's a technical foul on a Morris twin. Anybody surprised by that a Morris twin's got a technical foul? Marcus Morris
Unpopular?
with the T. Yo, what's going on? Unpopular Opinion Sports. How you doing, bro? If you want to hop on for a little bit on the channel, you can hop on if you'd like. I think he might have flopped on that one, PG-13. Booker's now got it. Gardner on the outside by Morris. Booker now gets it on the outside. Okage with a three-point shot off the front rim, rebounded by Zubac. Zubac now gets it over on the outside to Leonard. Leonard under his legs. Leonard now over to Man. Man over to George. Back to Leonard. Leonard with it. Leonard outside to Man. Fakes the three-point shot. Step back three. No good off the back rim. Rebounded by Paul. CP3's got it now. Gets on the outside of Booker. Step up inside. Knocked out of bounds by Marcus Morris. And it's going to be Suns ball. Bridges did his thing last night. I like Mikal Bridges a lot.
Oh, I'm fucking jealous you got him, man. I am so jealous.
Him a lot. I like Cam Johnson a lot, too. I like both of them. I think both those guys are key players for this team.
Man, Cam Johnson's 6'8", and he can drop it down from the three, but also play down low. Like, are you kidding me? Like that? Yeah. I know it's Kevin Durant, and obviously the accolades of who he is, but like, fuck, looking at this trade, it's hard to say that either team either lost or won because you both kind of got good guys.
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing, too, is a lot of people thought that the Nets really, they were going to go back into irrelevancy. The Nets have a chance to have an elite defensive team because of the length that they can put out there, like they have been in their starting lineup with Spencer Dinwiddie, with Cam Johnson, with Mikal Bridges, Dorian Finney-Smith, and you got Nicholas Claxton. That's a length team with length and defensive prowess on the outside and in the backcourt.
I love my Dorian Finney-Smith, man. He's such a good 3-and-D wing. Oh.
I love Dorian Finney-Smith. He's been playing the floor for us a lot too. He's been a steady floor.
I understand like the pedigree of Kyrie, and I understand the pedigree of obviously Kevin Durant. But like, look at the landscape of your team now after those two gone. Two guys you lose. Look how young you got. Like it's almost as if like you hit the reset button, but in a way it was like reset, but with good guy. Okay, perfect. Like it's wild. Like your GM definitely pulled this one out of his ass for sure.
And don't even forget about the fact that we also got Cam Thomas, who's that sharpshooter now with the second unit, putting up 18 points last night. And then you also have, 19 points. And then you got Nicholas Claxton, one of the best defensive centers in the NBA, where he can now focus more on the defensive side of the court and doesn't have to go out there and score a ton of points like he had before when we got rid of Durant and Irving. Oh, there's an attempt at a dunk on the play, and he actually got it. Josh Okogie is having a nice game tonight for the Suns.
Yes, he is.
15 points for Okogie. And Terrence Mann is also having a nice game with 11 for the Clips.
Unlike Mitch, I understand like the criticism and the skeptic whatever that word about about Ben Simmons, but I mean like I'm also an optimist, and I also look at like what he also brings. Like, of course, he's going to be that negative peg on the court when it comes to like actually putting buckets in, but also he's also a key cog on your defensive end. I mean, like he's able to lock down defender or lock down wing forward, and also get down low and even play a little bit of in the paint D. So I understand like he air quote he's garbage, but I mean like he's not particularly a bum player. So.
No, I think a lot of people, because with Ben Simmons, and by the way, DeAndre Ayton with another basket down low, 8 points, 49-48 with about 3 minutes to go in the second quarter. But no, Ben Simmons, he has to be a guy that's got to be into his role, and that's defense, either on the front court or on the perimeter. And he's also got to be a guy that's going to facilitate the basketball to all his teammates. He can't be a guy that you have to rely on in terms of his scoring. That's just not his game. He's not an aggressive player to the basket. He can't be relied on to be the player that he was back in his first couple of years with Philadelphia. Something obviously is not right with Ben Simmons. That's why I think he's better in that second unit as a guy that can facilitate the ball to, those shooters they have and Cam Thomas. So I don't mind him in the position that he's in right now. I think it's better. Phoenix, by the way, just took a 1-point lead, and there's a big shot there by Nicholas Batum, the ageless one, 3-point shot. 2 minutes, 15 seconds to go. Clippers are up by 2. Paul now with it. Paul gets on the outside to Ross. Ross puts up the teardrop shot, puts it up and in, 52 up. With about 2 minutes to go in the first half. Terrence Ross with a big shot over there. 52 up. Gets on the outside. Batum now has it. Gets over to Leonard. Leonard now guarded by Torrey Craig. Leonard now gets on the outside of Batum. Batum gets it back over to Leonard. Leonard now under the leg. Step back 3-point shot. No good off the backboard. Rebounded by Zubac. Gets it over to 3-point shot. No good. Rebounded by the Suns. Okogie has it. Outside, 3-point shot. No good off the side rim. Rebounded by Zubac. 1:30 to go in the first quarter, or this first half. What's up, Raph? Man now gets it over on the outside of George. PG-13. Outside of Batum. Another 3-point shot. Off the side rim. No good. Rebounded by Craig. Paul's now got it. 1:15 to go. Absolutely. Salute to our guy, Lou. Down low, Ayton puts it off the backboard, rolls it and out, rebounded by Mann. Terrence Mann now's got it. 52 up, 3-point shot is no good. Put back up by Zubac. 57.8 seconds to go. Clippers go up by 2 on the putback by Zubac after the miss by Marcus Morris. Paul's now got it.
Who's Phoenix backup center, Jeff? Sorry, who's Phoenix's back?
Oh, Bismack Biyombo.
Oh, that's right. Bismack Biyombo. That's right. Okay, sorry. Go ahead. Keep going. Sorry.
No, don't worry about it. Shot by Paul. CP3 misses it. Rebounded by Mann with about 30 seconds to go in the first half. Mann's now got it. Spin move on the outside. Guarded by Paul. 3-point shot by Marcus Morris. In and out. No good. Rebounded by the Suns. CP3's got it. And is going to dribble out the clock and get the last shot of this first half for the Suns. Paul now dribbles up half court. Going on the outside by Batum. Suns got it. Gets on the outside. 6 seconds to go. 5. CP3's got it. He's going to take the last shot. Drive it to the basket. Outside. 3-point shot at the buzzer. He sinks it. But it looks like there's going to be a foul on the play. And it looks like it's going to be an offensive foul. And they're going to go to, it's going to be, are they calling a full timeout? They're going to call a full timeout on the play. There's still 0.7 seconds left. Suns are going to call a timeout on the play. What the hell is going on here? What the hell is going on here? They just called a timeout on the play, and I don't even know why.
Right?
Did you see that? Like, was it a shot clock violation?
I don't think so. Even some of the fans were looking around like, wait, what's going on?
Yeah, I'm like looking over here. I see the shot go in, and I'm like, why did they blow the whistle? There's no shot clock. The shot clock was turned off.
That's right, yeah, because there was only so much seconds left. That's right.
There's 22 seconds left, and they must have thought the shot clock was still going. So the Suns just got screwed out of a 3-point shot at the end. Wow. The NBA referee, the NFL referees must have taken over the NBA tonight.
They definitely give them their handbook for sure. They're like, dude plays like this.
Yeah. Is Carl Cheffers reffing this game tonight?
Oh, gosh.
Jerome Boger?
Yeah, Jerome Boger. Yeah.
Yeah. Offside. That's a 24-second violation.
You see, I'm a big friend of Jerry Jones. See, Jerry's my uncle. I sound a lot like
what are you talking
Jerry.
about, Randy? We're going to go win the Super Bowl again. We're going to win the Super Bowl. We're going to win the Super Bowl, and we're going to win the Super Bowl down in free agency and the draft.
See, I got my best man Dak. My Dak is the best damn quarterback. What is this tomfoolery? Because Dak Prescott is the best damn quarterback in the NFL.
Dak Prescott top five quarterback out there in the NFL. We're going to go out there. How about them Cowboys? Going to find another way to get bounced out of the first round again in the NFL playoffs. We're going to have all high expectations, get all our fans hyped up for another big season, and all we're going to do is just find a way to let them down again, because that's what them Cowboys do. We let down our fans, because that's what Cowboys football is all about. How about it, Steven?
It's like a reporter goes to Jerry Jones. Jerry, so Dak threw 4 interceptions in today's game. How do you feel about? Well, you see, that the ball left Dak's hand perfect. It was the damn wind. I kept telling Mother Nature, listen, don't be sending wind into Dak's spot. And look what happened.
Well, we ain't talking about the ball. The ball was winding over to that direction. That's why I didn't get over to CD. Didn't get over to CD. CD should have caught that ball. Come on, CD. Why are you dropping that pass over on the outside? Oh, what are you talking about? We're going to win the championship. How you
Sorry,
doing,
I'm popular. We're just making fun of.
How you doing, Mr. Unpopular Opinion Sports? Come on, we're the Cowboys. We're going to go win another Super Bowl in the offseason again because that's what we do. That's Cowboys football.
Shit, what's good, Jeff, man? You know what I'm saying? You already know how I feel about the Cowboys, so I ain't even got to go there. You know what I mean? Yeah,
everybody loves
man.
them Cowboys. They love them Cowboys.
Man, talk about overrated, man. A lot of overrating going on around out here, man. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, we just missed a 3-point shot at the buzzer, and we go to halftime after, the Suns literally just got screwed on that last play. And it's now 54-52 at halftime. I mean, if I'm a Suns fan right now, or a Suns player, I'd be pissed off. Because they literally just
coming out the West. They're not coming out the West.
No, I actually think that Denver, I'm actually going to ride with Denver. I think Denver's going to come out of the West this year. I think it's going to be Jokic's year.
Really?
Yes. I think Jokic is going to be a difference maker in the Western Conference. And also nobody understands what getting Jamal Murray has done for that organization back after that injury. He's absolutely pushed that team to a level that we expect the Denver Nuggets to be at. Because, he is fantastic. Fantastic point guard.
They looked lost without him last year when they made that playoff run. You're right, Jeff. You're right, man.
I'm just going to go over the NBA standings real quickly, too, since I promised the chat I was going to talk about it real quickly. Right now in the Eastern Conference, the top 8 teams are the Boston Celtics, 42-17 right now. They actually have a half-game lead over the Milwaukee Bucks, who won their game tonight against the Bulls. But their biggest concern is the injury to Giannis. After when he was driving to the basket, he fell awkwardly and hit his wrist on the
What's the status on that?
I don't know. They never updated it. I'm still waiting.
I haven't heard anything either.
I just saw something
about it.
I just saw something on Twitter, and they said that they're just waiting to hear back or waiting to see back tomorrow if there's any swelling, and then if there is, they're going to do an X-ray to further see what the damage is.
Yeah, God forbid if he broke his wrist or anything, or ended up tearing any ligaments, then the Bucks' chances of winning a championship just went out the window. They're done too.
Did you see what Charles Barkley said before the game about that? He's like, "Listen, young basketball players, if you're gonna fall on the ground, don't put your hands out." He's like, "Just fall."
just take the plant right down to the ground instead of effing up your wrist on the outside.
Tell Anthony Davis that.
Mr.
Shit. Where Lou at? I seen him in the chat, man. Mr. Shit.
He was flying on the plane before. I don't know if he told you the story. He just let me know in the comment section, and he popped on for a little bit that he's had a hell of a day right now and a night. I don't know if he told you MYG, but he's been flying around all over the place because he was trying to get to Houston. But apparently they messed up his flight, so now he's on a reroute back to Miami for the time being.
Oh shit.
Yeah. No, literally,
shit.
That is literally an shit. Exactly. I feel bad for Lou because he just said what's going on with him. It's a family issue. I don't want to go into too detail if he wants to talk about it. I'm sure he'll let you guys know, but he is right now just taking care of something family related, and right now he's on his way to Miami, so hopefully at least he's getting everything accommodated for him, so which is positive. So
well, shit, if he's watching this, much love to you and everybody else that you're trying to take care of, Lou, and hopefully you get through this, my bud.
No doubt about it. The rest of the Eastern Conference standings right now, the Sixers, Mitch's Sixers, are 38-19. They're 3 out of the Eastern Conference right now, the top spot. Then you got the Cavs, who are 5 games out at 38-23. Then mine and NYG's Brooklyn Nets, 34-24, 7.5 out.
Look at that.
Right now, the 4th spot or the
I didn't know.
spot.
You're a Nets fan too, NYG. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
and guess who's
man.
trailing us? The Knicks are trailing us in 6th.
Knicks.
33 and 27. They're
The
9.5
Knicks been
back.
hot. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they've been on a little roll.
Brunson's been unbelievable. Brunson has been unbelievable so far.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what about that Hart trade? I think that really kind of like electrified the group a little bit. No.
Yeah, and also the fact that college teammates.
That takes pressure off of RJ Barrett. Me and Coach talked about that. It's that's what it's doing. It's getting RJ Barrett kind of out the mix because he's struggling.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
He's not doing too well being the second guy, but being the third or fourth fiddle works perfect for RJ. Is what you guys are saying, yeah?
Yeah, and Barrett actually
they got him coming off the bench. I think they had him coming off the bench one game. Yeah.
That might actually work out for him because, like you said, the pressure's not on him, and he could be that leading guy in the second unit. He could be that leading scorer for the second unit coming out there, sort of like their Cam Thomas for us.
Yeah.
So,
man, there's nothing wrong with being the sixth man, you know?
No, absolutely not. Because 6 men play as much as the starters do. I mean, he's pretty much going to be out there. Could even be out there for the ending moments of any basketball game. So I think that he's in a perfect position to pretty much get himself right. 7th place, you got the Heat, 32 and 27, whom the Nets beat last night by 11 points. Then you got the Hawks. They're rounding out the top 8, 29 and 30. They're 13 out of the first place. Then the Wizards, 28 and 30. They're 9th place. Then Randy's Raptors are 28 and 31. They're 14 right now out, but they're on a 2-game winning streak. I said it before on the Pick and Roll podcast. Watch out for the Raptors. If they can get healthy and they can get some, chemistry going with that team, the Raptors could be a team that could sneak back into the playoff hunt. Bulls, they're a disaster. They're 26 and 33. They're going nowhere right now. They've lost 6 in a row. They're sliding right now down the East. And then you got the Pacers, 26 and 34. I thought the Pacers would be a lot better than they were. They're all the way down in 12th place. Magic, 24 and 35. They're going nowhere. 18 games out. Then the Hornets, and then they're rounding out. The Pistons are dead last, 15 and 44, 27 games out. Then you go over to the Western Conference. You got the Denver Nuggets right now.
What happened to Detroit, though? Like, Detroit, I mean, I just feel like Detroit used to be a consistently strong team. And over these years, they have just been abysmal. Like, what is going on over there?
No coaching.
Especially after
been able to build up in players.
Well, Jeff, right after Dwayne Casey won Coach of the Year, the Raptors fire him. Pistons pick him up, and I'm like, oh man, look out! Like this man's definitely going to help turn around this squad. He's been there, and they've been doing like Unpopular just said, they've been doing nothing.
Yeah, man, they just been bad, man. I mean, that used to be a good team, man. Even in the 90s, they had a good run in the 80s. They had a good run in the 2000s with the Allen Iverson teams, the Chauncey Billups, Ben Wallace teams. Like, I mean,
most unheralded
with the Rip Hamilton and
Rip and the Wallace boys,
the Wallace boys, Rasheed and Ben. Yeah, man, they had a good run there, man. They had what's his name? Prince,
Tayshaun Prince,
Tayshaun Prince, yeah, man. And it seemed like after that, man, they haven't really got it together at all.
Fact.
And they haven't drafted well. And they haven't had a good head coach, and they haven't a good system over there in Detroit. They've been a disaster for many years.
Chauncey Billups, the coach, might do better than the Pistons team since he left.
He probably would. He probably would at this point. And Chauncey Billups is not exactly enjoying his time right now as a head coach either. It's not exactly been good for him over in Portland. I mean, they're struggling too. They're almost dead last in the Western Conference right now. Speaking of the West right now, I'll go over the West real quickly too. Denver is leading the conference right now by actually a pretty good margin. They're 41 and 18. They're 5 games up right now on the Grizz, who are 35 and 22. Denver's on a 3-game winning streak. They're unbelievable this year. Grizzlies are on they're on a 1-game losing streak. The Kings, much respect to the job that Brown is doing over there with the Kings. 32 and 25, third in the Western Conference right now. They're on a 1-game losing streak though. The Suns, they were all the way down near 8th or 9th place like about a couple of weeks ago. They're now all the way up to 4th place, and obviously KD's on the horizon. So you have to wonder how long until the Suns really get it going overall. So they're 32 and 27, and then the Clippers are right behind them at 32 and 28. Both of them are on winning streaks right now. Dallas with Kyrie Irving And Luka Doncic, God, I hope that team fails so bad I will laugh. They're on a 3-game losing streak. Hi, Kyrie. Hope you're enjoying Dallas. 3-game losing streak over there for Dallas. They're in 6th place. Pelicans have dropped all the way down to 7th place. They're 30-29. They're on a 1-game losing streak. And the Timberwolves right now are rounding out the top 8. They're 31-30. They're 11 games out now at first place. Right behind them, the Warriors are a half game out of the top 8. They're 29-29.
I think that's the team you got to watch for.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Gotta watch.
If there's any 8 team that I would definitely not want to face, that'd be the damn Warriors, man. Like that, I would.
Right.
No.
Heard about the two Arku. You know what? I'm actually going to give a shout out to Arku is his Thunder. The Thunder are another team. They're 28-29, and a lot of that young talent there. They're not that far of getting in the top 8 too. So the Thunder are another team you got to watch out for. They got some really good young players on that team, and if they can continue to develop and play with their good chemistry out there, especially with the way SGA's been playing this year, and then Josh Giddey, Dort. They got a lot. Isaiah Joe is their 6th man. I mean, that team's scary.
I love Lou Dort, man. Lugens Dort is such a good player. Fuck.
I agree. He's so underrated for that Thunder team. He is so underrated.
So underrated.
My friend is a Rockets fan. I feel bad for him. Well, if that's Coach Dante. That's our buddy Coach Dante's team as well. He's a big Rockets fan as well. Yeah. So shout out to Coach Dante as well, who came out in the heart of the city recently. So, by the way,
Monday I saw that.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, man. Shout out to Dante, man.
I got the 2 of you guys on for the first time in a while. I hope that, like Randy, one time you could hop on the Heart of the City podcast, because we've been looking for a hockey guy as well to like give us some hockey stuff. And I know you're very in depth, like with the NHL, so you can give us like some of the hockey perspectives going on too, with like everything going on, with the Flyers, obviously the Canadians, a bunch of the teams over there in Canada, how they're playing. I think their NHL's trade deadline is coming up soon. I know the Rangers have been white hot lately in the NHL.
The Rangers, yeah.
March 5th is the NHL trade deadline.
You should do the live stream for the NHL trade deadline.
I want to. I really do. I want to. But I want to have somebody with me too, because it just makes it go quicker, because you have 2 people checking at all times. So, you know what I mean?
Maybe I'll hop on with you. I can maybe just because I don't know that much about the NHL. I really don't. I haven't watched
that much.
You can just
break stuff. You can just help me break it. That's all. Yeah, like
I can do that for you. Maybe I'll be your assistant. You'll be the lead guy, and I'll just try to break as much stuff as I can for the NHL.
I'm trying to break some more NHL stuff, man. Especially
coming on too Unpopular. I want you there too.
Yeah, I really want to get focus in on the Rangers and the Devils. As well as the Islanders too, man, because those are the New York area hockey teams. I keep up with the Rangers a little bit, man, but
the Islanders
with
already
the Giants
big
doing
move.
So well, we've been behind on I've been behind on the basketball and the hockey stuff, man. Baseball's coming around the corner too. I want to talk to you about that too, Jeff. But
this guy as well, he's a big Blue Jays fan, so he's a divisional rival of yours. So Randy's very astute with baseball as well. He can give you in-depth stuff all about the Blue Jays. So I mean, I can't wait for baseball as well.
Most definitely, man. Baseball. Yeah.
But yeah, no, you were saying there unwanted or unpopular about the Islanders. I feel like they've already made their real big move there, went and got Brock Besser from the Vancouver Canucks there, and then on top of it, even signed the guy to an 8-year deal as well. So that was a huge move. Definitely a good puck moving goal scoring winger, because I'm dumbfounded. Like, you guys fleeced the hell out of the Canucks for that trade, because there's what they got back in return. It makes you shake your head. Like, obviously at this point, the GM and the owner were like, you know what, let's just get him out. We'll get whatever we can in return and then move on. Because I mean, my team, the Calgary Flames, they traded Matthew Tkachuk to the Flyers in the offseason. We got a first rounder. We got Jonathan Huberdeau. We got their best defenseman and Mackenzie Weegar, and then we also got one of their prospects. So it was like we fleeced them. We got 4-1, and it is what it is now. But you know what I mean. So it's like, I definitely want to talk baseball, hockey, football, basketball. Don't matter. I love it all. So
same thing. Any type of sports and wrestling as well,
man.
Wrestling as well.
And I'm not a wrestling fan, but I'm a UFC fan. So
throw it out there too. Oh, stop it, Juice. Okay, here comes Juice now coming into the city. Where do you get Derek Carr, Juice? When are you getting Derek Carr? Is he coming yet? Are you getting that number 4 Derek Carr jersey right now for the Saints? Is it coming? Is it coming,
No,
Juice?
they're getting Geno Smith.
Oh my God! Can you imagine?
Wow.
Hey, another concept. Adam Silver says refs will be held accountable. Hey, Roger Goodell, how about you, Lee, having your refs be accountable? The refs are doing a good job this year. Oh yeah, they're doing great. Doing great, Roger. Awesome job they did in the playoffs this year when they butchered the AFC and the NFC championship games. Huh? Great job, though, right, Roger? Keep putting out all that money.
They need to be making them full-time jobs and being paid like as if like it was like a job. And if you do wrong or do horrible, you get graded because of so. And if you do something real fucking bad, you get fired. I mean, like they just grab these guys off the street, throw them a playbook, and say, "Listen, this is what you got to look out for. Call if you feel like it. Call if you don't. I don't give a shit." So it's like, it's ridiculous, man.
It's because of all the goddamn rules out there. That's what makes it tough. I can't fully blame the refs because there's so many damn rules they keep implementing in the goddamn book that it makes it hard for these refs to know what the hell they're going to call. I mean, I can't fully blame the refs. I know I blame the refs, but it's also because the league every single year. How many new rules do you think we're going to get this year for 2023 NFL season? 8? What's going to be the next stupid rule they're going to be putting in for the NFL?
Well, apparently they're thinking about banning the QB push that the Eagles used so adamantly this year.
But every rule they do, they just make the game softer and softer.
Exactly.
You know, it doesn't help, man. It never helps. It just takes us further away from the game that we grew up, you know, knowing and loving. You know what I mean?
Oh, that game's
I'm sure you guys watched the Super Bowl. If you didn't, I understand why. But I mean, if you did, and you saw the highlights, did you guys see that Chauncey Gardner hit he did on Isaiah Pacheco, where he just like leveled him? Did you find out that Did you find out that he got fined for that hit?
But that's illegal football.
They didn't call it in the game though.
That's fact. That's cap, right? Yeah, he got a I think it was a $40,000 or a $30,000 fine for that.
For football.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what Unpopular just mentioned about them. Every rule they implement, the NFL gets softer. There you go. There's a clear cut. That was a clean hit. He put his helmet to the side, didn't put it in his chest, hit him hard. I always feel like I had to say pause. Hit him hard and just like went through him. It was a matter of who. It was two unmovable objects came and hit each other, and it just so happened that C.J. Gardner won that, but that he got fined for it on Monday after the Super Bowl.
I love how Juice has to come in with the comment right there. CJ is a bitch good. He's still bitter with the fact that he was a Saint and now he's an Eagle overall. Although you guys,
a Saints fan.
He's a huge Saints fan. Huge Saints fan.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That division is interesting, man, because I don't really see a runaway favorite right now.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? We got to see what
the Panthers. 13-4, huh? 13-4.
Yeah, you seen that list? How ridiculous!
Randy, you got to see this one. Somebody actually made a list, and they said that the Panthers are going to be the best team in the
It's the Panthers, the Jaguars, and the Jets are all going to be like 13
and the Broncos and the Broncos.
Yeah.
The Panthers. What? Why? Who do they get? Like, am I missing something? Fan. They got a quarterback. They have
the great Frank Wright. That's what they have. By the
way, I did see that they also. I also did see that the Panthers did pooch also the Denver's DC, and he was actually not too bad this year. Denver's DC, he kept them in a lot of games.
They're not keeping Rex Ryan because I'm hearing a lot of rumors about Rex Ryan potentially going over as the new defensive coordinator for the Denver Broncos under their new head coach, Sean Payton.
Wow,
they're trying to make some type of super team or something. A bunch of big personalities. Yeah, that's gonna work. Go ahead.
Yeah, we've seen that before. We've already seen that before, and that's not worked.
Well, you've already seen that when Sean Payton's already come in and basically told Russell Wilson's quarterback coach he's not even allowed his own office. Like, things are changing over there. Who knows what the relationship might be like with Russell and Sean Payton after this year alone.
They're gonna butt
It ain't gonna end well, man. I'm gonna tell you right now.
No,
it ain't gonna end well. And they got an uphill climb in that AFC, man, because I'm telling you, the Bengals and the Chiefs aren't going anywhere.
No.
Yeah, I agree,
100%.
No,
Those
there.
two teams are, as long as Joe
And
Burrow
Buffalo will
and
still
Patrick
be
Mahomes there.
good, yeah, and you always gonna have to worry about Pittsburgh and Baltimore, even on the down seasons, they're still good teams.
Absolutely. Ayton's at the line shooting 2, hits the first one, 63-56, 9:55 to go in the third quarter in this game.
I mean, shit, they had Huntley most of the year for the Ravens, and look how good they were. It's because of that defense.
Oh, you mean the Pro Bowler? The Pro Bowler, Huntley? What is he at? 2 touchdowns?
It reminds me when Evan Ingram made the Pro Bowl. We was like, what the? I'm like, really?
Yeah, Evan Ingram. Yeah, Evan Ingram made.
You remember that year?
Nothing.
Yeah, he didn't do anything.
I remember.
He got like 400 yards.
To go. We needed somebody to go. I think he was the only one on our team that actually went to the Pro Bowl that year.
Yeah.
I don't think we had anybody else on our team make the Pro Bowl. So I mean, that's how infuriating.
Yeah, that was the year Barkley got hurt. I think. Yeah, that was.
Yeah, he tore his ACL that year.
Yep.
Oh, I was gonna say they put Evan Ingram over Barkley. What?
Well, yeah, no, Barkley. That was the year that Barkley tore his ACL in week 2.
Yeah.
And I got a lot to say about. I'm trying to save some stuff for tomorrow for the football show, but I mean, I got stuff to say about the rumors coming out with Barkley, Jones. You're starting to hear some things spinning right now with those two guys. I'm obviously going to talk about Shep because there was stuff coming about him. The 3 players that the Giants have already signed. So there's already those little football news stories are starting to circulate around right now with the free agency
people are all up
away.
They're all up in arms too. I'm telling you.
Yeah, exactly.
We got they panties in a bunch.
Good. I'm glad they are. Let their panties be in a bunch. Because
Bookends. Have a good night, bro.
Have a great night, Bookends. Oh, the Suns now, 63-63. Devin Booker. Goddamn you, Kevin Durant. 63-63 right now. Anytime I see Kevin Durant, I get pissed. It's like I don't want to hear about him being emotional after a press conference today. F you, Kevin Durant. If you were so goddamn, sad to leave Brooklyn, why did you bitch out and leave us after Kyrie Irving demanded a trade? Why didn't you man up and stay with the team the way it was? You ran once your buddy left. I don't want to hear about
because he's soft.
Exactly.
He doesn't want to build anything. He wants to show up, man. That meme that I put on Twitter is the perfect way to describe Kevin Durant. He comes in his construction gear when the building is already built. And he's talking about, hey, let's work.
You're right. He is a snake. I agree with you, Juice. He is a freaking snake.
That's why I didn't want him.
That was championship made. That's what he did.
Right. He shows up when everything's built.
Remember in the offseason when there was rumors that the Raptors were potentially going to, mortgage our future and everything for KD. I was saying, no, I do not. Yeah. I do not. He hasn't proven to stick through thick and thin. When shit gets hairy and it hits the fan, he's the first one out the front door. It don't matter if there's mamas in the house or not. He's hit that front door quicker than anybody. And I don't want somebody like that. I want a guy that's willing to stay here through thick and thin, like my guy Pascal Siakam, like my guy Fred VanVleet, and my guy OG Anunoby, even though the rumors are what they are, but he admittedly says he never, ever wanted to leave the Raptors. He wanted to stay here. He doesn't know where that shit came from. Now, I take it for face value, but it is what it is. But these guys are staying for thick and thin. He bounces the second that shit gets hot.
I'm so sick of it,
man. For real.
And I feel bad for you guys, but I mean, like we just mentioned, I don't know if you saw it there, NYG, but me and Jeff were talking, and I was like, man, like, to have you lose Kyrie and KD the way you did, but also to get what you got back, it kind of lessens the blow in a little bit. You know what I mean? Because, like, man, you guys got some young talent back now because of that. Like, shit.
Yeah.
I like the team.
There is positives. You're right, man. Because when you look at it, this is what we needed in the beginning. KD's the one that came here when the team was already built and he tore it down. He wanted Kyrie and he wanted Harden and all these other fluky guys, you know what I'm saying? DeAndre Jordan and all these fuckers, man.
God.
Like, they wanted all these guys on their team, they buddies or whatever, and then he dips out, as soon as things get a little hot, man. They done so much for these guys, man, the Brooklyn Nets. I know Sean Marks and Joe Tsai aren't perfect, but I mean, when you look at it, man, they did kind of give these guys the best opportunity that they could have to succeed here, and they wasn't with it. And
Hmm.
it's like, you know what? Going out the door, they throwing a middle finger up at us, man. It's like, okay, cool. We'll see you on the other side, suckers.
Yeah. And I feel
Nah,
bad
for
for a guy
real.
like TJ Warren. He had to be tied up into this, even though I like TJ Warren, that he's now on the team with Phoenix. But I like the trade. I've always liked the trade because the Nets, if guys like Bridges and Cam Johnson and Cam Thomas give you those brief glimpses of how good they could be offensively. I've seen it from
Yeah,
Johnson. I've seen it from Bridges, obviously, for how well he played. He's our best player on the team in terms of being a two-way player. And then obviously Cam Thomas is just like a guy that could just put up 20, 25, 30 points any night when he gets the basketball and
hmm
he gets a shot. And then you forget about the shooters on this team. And the one thing that the Nets are doing that I kind of like, they're going with an all defensive rotation in the first,
hmm
grouping. And then on the second grouping, they go with more like, shooters. They have their guys that drive to the basket and they're the facilitator, which is what Ben Simmons should be, a defensive player and a facilitator, and not a guy that's going to go out there and score. He can't score. He's not the same player he was back in his first couple of years with Philadelphia. He needs to be a
hmm
guy that's got to facilitate the ball and play defense, put him out there for 15, 20 minutes, and keep him with the second unit, maybe mix him in with some of the starters, and let him just go with his role. And I think it'd be the best thing for him as well as some of the other guys. But Jacques Vaughn, I'm really curious to see with what Jacques Vaughn has to do because he's got a lot of players that are good, and he's got to try to fit in some minutes to try to get the best combinations out there because that lineup and that depth is going to start dwindling in terms of the amount of players he plays the closer we get to
Yeah,
the playoffs. It's going to
yeah.
be
He's
9 or 8
he's got to
players.
he's got to figure out a playoff lineup,
Yeah,
and it's gonna get dicey for some of the guys, man. But I mean, ultimately, especially when you're talking about the shooters, I'm going with the hot hand. You know what I'm saying? I want my
yeah,
starting five in there. I want the hottest shooter. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying?
mm-hmm,
Cam Thomas, of course, you're gonna mix him in there. That's
yeah,
that's what 6'7". Then you need a big guy, so maybe you put Sharp in there as a backup center. That's 8. And I mean, then you're gonna have to pick from there. So, but that's definitely gonna be the rotation. And if Ben Simmons ain't playing well, I mean, hey,
Yeah.
look, you ain't gonna be part of the rotation. I'm sorry. You
he's
know what I'm
playing
saying?
backup
You
center
gotta
right now.
he's gotta earn his minutes. Yeah, I'd rather have Sharp in that role, to be honest with you. He offers more.
The scary part
Okay.
is Simmons is right now our highest paid player on the team at 35 mil per year, and
Yeah, that's why
they'll
they
probably
have to
have to
play.
play him.
That's why they have to play him. That's
Yeah.
what bothers me. You know what I'm saying? That's what bothers me.
Is
I
this
wish they
true?
would figure out a buyout for this dude.
They can't. They're going to try to trade him though in the off season. They're going to see if they could trade him though.
They got to
That's
do
the rumor
something.
going around. But I mean, I like. What do you think about the I think the Raptors are going to be a team that people have to look out for in the rest of the NBA season. I do. I think that Raptors team is better than they've been playing. So, I mean, I do believe
The
that
Raptors
the
are never a
Raptors.
bad team.
No,
They've never been a bad team. You know what I'm saying? They have up and down years, but they're never bad.
Yeah,
They're not. They don't go
we
through
just
those
lack talent.
Detroit
We just lack star talent.
doldrums. They don't go through those Indiana Pacer doldrums and things like that.
no,
They're always pretty
no.
good. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't count them out. You know what I'm saying? Respectfully.
I think you
I
got
You
don't
think?
talent.
think they're
I think
gonna
they got
do
talent.
anything. I don't think they're gonna do anything. They're gonna make no noise. I don't think the Nets are gonna make any noise. So
No, we're not.
you know
No,
what
we're
I'm
not.
saying? But yeah, as far as making the playoffs, I don't see why not. The Raptors absolutely can be in there. Why
Yeah.
not?
And
Yeah,
I
and I
mean, a
see,
lot of it has to do with
and
their
I
starting
don't.
lineup. You don't think they're gonna?
Yeah,
I think they are gonna try to sneak into like one of those bottom spots in the East. It makes sense.
I mean,
They
where
should.
they at now? They in the play-in right now, ain't they?
Bless you, Randy.
Sorry, yeah,
They in the
I think
They
they're
play-in.
in 10.
are.
10?
You're.
Ain't they 10?
Give me 1 second. They are right
Who are 10?
now 10th place, and they are at least a game out of 8th place. You're a game behind the Hawks. You could easily jump the Hawks to get into
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
see,
they
to
could
my,
get. They
my
get
could get.
there.
They could get. To to the 7th, maybe the 8th, 7th or 8th. I don't think they'll get to 6, but they can get to the 7th or 8th.
Yeah, I'm definitely when I say I don't think my team's gonna get to playoffs. I obviously I wish and I hope they do, definitely. But for me, my biggest issue is right now we're dealing with injury, and they're saying that OG's wrist is a lot worse than what they originally had said. So he's had a setback, so he's not coming back healthy. And then our coach Nick Nurse loves to ride the starting five fucking Clydesdales, and I hate it because then by the fourth quarter, when we need the juice, these guys are way too tired. They're way too gassed. But then also I see why he does that, because my front office hasn't given him a bench to work with either. So it's really a catch-22. But do I think we make the playoffs? Okay, you know what? Yeah, sure. But I feel like we get bounced in the first. I don't even think we'd be able to escape the play-in.
Danny always trying to troll Arku all the time. He always says the Thunder suck. It's he just loves, he thrives on trolling Arku all the time.
Always.
This is a great game. 71-71. 3-point shot before by Torrey Craig, and then a dunk there by Terrence Mann. 71-71. These two teams, I think these two teams can make noise in the West. I do. I think the Clippers were one of those teams that really did well at the NBA trade deadline, getting some depth on that team. With Eric Gordon, with Mason Plumlee, and Bones Highland to go already with the players they have. And if Leonard and PG-13 could stay healthy, that team could be an interesting team coming out of the West. And obviously we know with Phoenix. I mean, when KD is out there with Booker and Paul and Ayton. And obviously you heard about the rumors about now Kyrie Irving. He wanted to be involved in that trade, and now there's going to be rumors about Kyrie wanting to sign with Phoenix in the offseason. They're saying he's going to settle in Dallas. My ass he is. He's going to run to Phoenix. He's going to run to Phoenix. He's going to run to Phoenix. They're going to get rid of Paul if they don't win, and it's going to be Irving, Durant, Booker, and Ayton on the Suns.
They're going to do the same thing. They're going to do the same thing because they're not going to win, and then they're going to dismantle the Suns. Yeah, they'll probably trade all their picks for Damian Lillard or somebody stupid like that, and fucking lose.
Watch, and Booker will be the first one gone.
They're losers.
Yeah,
watch, and Booker will be the first one gone. Yeah, Booker will be the first one gone. Watch, because of it all.
Yeah. All right, let's trade for James Harden. Let's reunite the big three in Phoenix.
Oh my God.
I will laugh so hard if Kyrie goes to Phoenix and then he ends up going out there and they want to trade for James Harden and reunite the three of them in Phoenix and watch them fail over there. I've never wanted to see three NBA players fail more than Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, and James Harden for what they did to me. Like I said on the show on Tuesday night on the Heart of the City, I am furious for what those guys did to me as a fan. I'm never going to ever forgive them for what they did. That's 4 years out of my fandom that they took away from me deliberately with the BS that they gave us. I've never said that about any athlete. Those three guys, none for them.
It makes it worse, Jeff, because they dismantle a team that would have been probably elite right now if we would have kept that squad together and built with that team with Dinwiddie and Karis LeVert and Jared Allen in that squad. If we would have built with that team, this team would be in such good shape right now. But these hijackers, these thieves in the night, you know what I'm saying? These nunchuck ninjas came in here and robbed us, man, and just took everything.
Imagine if he went to the Raptors. I guarantee, Randy, if Durant got traded to the Raptors, you know what would happen? You could say goodbye to Scotty Barnes because they would have probably traded him. They would have traded everybody on that team to try to bring in another superstar, and they would destroy your team as well. Like they destroyed ours. That's what these guys do. They destroy teams. Like LeBron James destroyed the Lakers.
Because they run a buddy system. That's what they run. They run a buddy system. I want a basketball system. I don't want a buddy system. I don't want nobody that's part of that. Right. I don't want nobody that's part of that buddy system.
You'll never get that in the NBA anymore.
And LeBron James started that shit. I don't care what anybody says. And it's been on since. Everybody is on that shit. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Giannis, though. At least
Yes.
he stayed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But and Dame Lillard. But the rest
Yes.
of them, man, they
And
suckers.
you know what? Bradley Beal, too. Bradley Beal could have gotten traded a million times. He decided to stay with the Wizards. I respect that. I respect a player that's willing to stick it out with their franchise, even when they're not winning. So I have respect for Beal. I have respect for Giannis. I have respect for all these guys that stay with their team and don't run to a super team like LeBron James and obviously like Durant. I don't want to hear anything about Durant.
And I get it. Oh, it's about the money. But the NBA, the money, the team gets to the advantage, right?
Yeah, exactly.
They get to offer you the most. So it ain't about the money. It's the buddy system.
Exactly. And it's just sickening. And, you know, it's why it makes it even better when they lose. They don't get it done. I was rooting when the Heat came together. By the way, it's 76-74. Paul George at the line right now. With about 4:27 to go. I throw it in there because I'm doing the play. I'm still doing the play-by-play for the game, which is actually still a terrific game tonight between the Clippers and the Suns. So I'm excited. I know, like, you know, still a little bit in football mode, but I can't wait for the NBA playoffs. I always get excited for the NBA playoffs all the time. Even though people are down on the NBA, I just love this sport. I really do.
I love every sports playoffs. I love MLB playoff. I love basketball playoff. I love hockey playoff, and I love NFL playoff.
Hockey playoffs are probably the best. Every playoff, I think hockey playoffs are some of the most underrated playoff games you'll get out there. A lot of people have said that there's nothing better than the NHL playoffs. It just takes it to another level of intensity, and I love it. Especially when you see goaltenders stand on their heads.
2004, my Calgary Flames went to the Stanley Cup Finals against the Tampa Bay Lightning, and that forever changed my life. Like I was down on our downtown, and at that point, at that time, Mika Kiprasov was the goalie for the Calgary Flames. And all you had to do was walk up to a chick and say "shirts off" for Kiprasov, and they'd just flash you. Like, and I was in high school, so I was in grade 11 going into grade 12. So like I'm walking down, like we're supposed to be not drinking, and we're like hiding beers and stuff. And I'm like looking around, and I just yell, I'm like, "Shirts off for Kiprasov!" Just like 40 women, boom, shirts up. I'm like, yeah. Fucking changed my life, man. Changed my life. So yeah, hockey playoffs are awesome.
Melon's on the menu in those games back then.
Mm.
How do I remind you of Sean Marks? I think I look like Sean Marks. Is that it? Just without the Australian accent? Is that it, Arku? I will give Sean Marks his due on this one trade the couple of trades he made. I do think that the team got better. I do. I take that. I'm sorry.
I think he did what he could. I can't excuse the Ben Simmons thing, man.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to get over it. It really is.
He was caught in a rock in a hard place. Who else was he going to
trade
for?
Anybody but that dude, man. Like anybody but him.
NYG, you be willing to take anything for him on the offseason at this point?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yes, I would too.
I'd take cash for him.
Wow. Okay.
It's just scary that
I just want him off the team.
He's 26 years old.
He does not have a fit, man, and he's just not a basketball player. You know, he's just an athlete. You know, see ya, man.
Good. He can go to Charlotte. He can be a number one piece over there.
He can go anywhere. He's not going to be a number one piece anywhere. The dude does not have the mind to play. He's not a basketball player, man. Mm-hmm. He's a fraud.
I just wanted to answer Juice. He said Lil Wayne is in NBA 2K23. Yeah, so is Dak Prescott.
Wait, what? Dak Prescott is in a basketball game?
Yeah, Dak Prescott, Deebo Samuel, and Jalen Ramsey were the latest ads, and now obviously Lil Wayne is the newest. But I was like, Dak Prescott? I'm like, he can't throw interceptions. Or no, like, he can't
he can turn the ball over. He can
That's what I said. I'm like, oh. So I went. I want to go look and see what his turnover rate is on the game for sure.
Yeah, his handle, his dribble, man, they got to be really low, man. You know what I'm saying? His ball handling ability is probably. You know what I'm saying?
It's gotta be like a 20 or something, and his ball handling like a 15. It's gotta be that bad. Every time he dribbles the basketball, he's like this, trying to do patty cake with it on the court. That's how bad it must be.
His inbound pass is section 4, tier 9.
Yeah, he tries to inbound pass and he chucks it up into the stands because he can't get the accuracy correct. Thinking that the crowd is the ones they're supposed to tick the play.
Yeah.
That dude is bad, man. He's ass, man. I just don't see it, man. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, damn, man. We talking about it, man. It's just sad, man. Our fan base, the New York Giants. Okay, I mean, like Philadelphia, they're gonna pay Hurts 45. They're starting at 45, negotiating.
Yeah.
Daniel Jones camp comes in, says we're starting at 30, and no, they didn't even say 30. What did they say, Jeff?
I think 35. I believe.
No, remember, a while back they said they were starting at what, 25?
They started at 25, but most league execs believe he's going to get over 35 mil per year.
Right. I know what he's going to get, but I'm saying they saying Jalen Hurts is going to get over 45. We know that.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hurts is going to get the bag.
But the starting difference is $20 million in Hurts and Daniel Jones, and it's like you got to look at that and say, why are we complaining? Right, why are we complaining about what we're paying the quarterback? I don't understand it, man.
They don't like Daniel Jones. That's the only thing you could say. So the argument, like Phil, so there's probably some Eagles fans that don't like Jalen Hurts. After, like, they still, even though Hurts I thought was very good in the Super Bowl. I thought Hurts actually played a pretty good game in the Super Bowl.
Hurts is a fine quarterback, man. I don't have no issue with Jalen Hurts, man. Yeah. And I don't even like Philadelphia. You know that.
Yeah.
But Hurts is a good quarterback, man. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna get his money, and he deserves it, man. He played in the Super Bowl, man. I'm all performance and winning matters, man, in my book. So you know what I'm saying? He deserves what he's gonna get. So does Daniel Jones, but our fan base don't look at it like that. You know what I'm saying? We gotta have a quarterback that has style points. You know what I'm saying? Fuck winning. He's gotta look a certain way. Like, I don't get it, man. That's all I would do.
You're supposed to win back. You're supposed to win games. You're not supposed to look cute winning games. That's not the point of professional sports.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, that's like I've said a million times. Now you know why I don't go on Twitter or Twitter Spaces or any of this kind of stuff, because even though some of them might be good, some of them might be well run, some of them might be well executed and have some good things and takes all over the place, it's just too much stupidity at one point. I'd rather just save my the stupidity for, like, when people go crazy after a game or something. Luckily, we don't have to hear about that for at least the next 7 months or so, even though you're going to be hearing talk about it all in the off season. So, I mean, I'll pay Daniel Jones 35 mil per year. I will. He deserves it. Saquon Barkley, if we somehow get in the 14 million year range, I think we can bring him back too, and then we can go from there. And that's what I'm curious. I'm curious what they're going to do with Barkley in the offseason too, because they've been talking about that the sweet spot is 14 mil. I don't know if Barkley's going to go for it, but we'll have to wait and see. I mean, like I said, March 7th.
If March not, 7th he'll probably get tagged, and it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But I just, like, as far as like the negativity, man, around the fan base, man, when a team has won and they're trying to build a type of culture, man, and they're not getting support from half of the fan base, man. These guys are blaming Joe Shane now, man. They're really taking this thing to another level because they're that mad that they're gonna sign this quarterback back. So now all the trust that Joe Shane and Brian Daboll built is all gone and lost now because they're mad about the quarterback.
That's so stupid. You guys mess around and go and get a rookie quarterback, and he ends up being Jake Fromm 2.0. Then what are you going to say? Oh, oops, maybe we got to try again the next year. Like, that's not how it works in the NFL.
Nah.
Evan says it right here too. I agree with people. Always try to be right when it comes to Daniel Jones.
Yeah, right. Exactly, right, Evan. Man.
I just.
Would you rather have Tua right now or Daniel Jones? It's like you got to be almost real. Like,
I'd rather have him than Dak. Dak Prescott to me is the third best quarterback in the NFC East. Right now, it's Jalen Hurts is 1 because he made it to the Super Bowl, and Jones is 2. Prescott to me is 3rd. After the seasons they had this year, Prescott is the 3rd best quarterback in the East. Hurts has to be 1 because he had a terrific season and he took his team to a Super Bowl. So out of respect, even if you don't like the Eagles, you got to give Jalen Hurts his credit. He was
and they're not even and they're not even arguing that now, Jeff. They're so sophisticated. Apparently, they've moved off the mid-tier quarterbacks, and when you bring them the Kirk Cousins and the Jared Goff arguments, that they're making $40 million, and they're both worst, arguably worse, but not no better than Daniel Jones. And you bring them that argument, then they come at you and say, oh well, he doesn't do what Pat Mahomes does, and he's the only. And then they take it to another level. Now you have
nobody does what Patrick Mahomes does. Patrick Mahomes is Patrick Mahomes for a reason. Nobody can do what he does.
The Giants aren't good or set at the quarterback position unless they have a guy with the talent of Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, no,
every
I
NFL
know.
team wants Mahomes. Like, you kidding me? Like, any team that would tell you otherwise would be drinking.
It's about style
Leonard's
points,
at
though.
The line, 87,
True.
82,
Absolutely.
57.5 seconds left. Kawhi Leonard at the free throw line, shooting 2. So 57.5 seconds to go in the third quarter.
Only one
because Pat Mahomes wouldn't be.
What's
Pat
going on?
Mahomes
Only
wouldn't
one
be
Super
Pat
Chino.
Mahomes without Andy Reid. People forget how
A-Rod
good a
going to
coach
the Jets.
Absolutely,
Andy Reid
absolutely
is.
underpopular. Absolutely. Yeah, you're right.
Okay. All right, only one Super Chino. Appreciate you coming by the live stream. And you're saying that A-Rod is going to the Jets. I could see it when he comes out of the dark room. Then the Jets are winning the Super Bowl. The Jets, screenshot it if you must. You know what? If the Jets win the Super Bowl in 2023, you come in my chat and you post this. Whatever social media you have, post it on your social media, lock it down, and say you were the one that said A-Rod comes to the Jets and they take them to a Super Bowl and they win it all.
That's such a Jetsy move. Go and trade the bag for a 39-year-old quarterback on the decline. It's such a Jetsy move.
Yeah, but they can't get it done.
$50 million too.
Yeah, it's such a bad move, but whatever.
No problem, Coach.
It'll give us plenty of content to talk about on Heart of the City. It'll be good for the show. Because that's gonna be a disaster. Him in New York, good luck.
Yeah, but it's already been a disaster with them in terms of drafting a quarterback. They failed like 3 times in a row trying to find a quarterback in the draft. So I don't blame them wanting to go out there and get a guy. I mean, they failed twice. They had 2 quarterbacks they drafted in the top 3, and they failed twice. Darnold is gone, and then obviously Zach Wilson. They can't wait to get rid of him after his 2nd year.
Yeah, Coach, the only good thing Zach Wilson is that nailing Mills. That's the only good thing he's good at.
I will say, if the Jets do get a quarterback, I have to agree that you watch out for that football team. They are
no doubt
away from being a top level AFC team.
It ain't Aaron Rodgers though. I tell you that. They ain't gonna get it done with Aaron Rodgers. They need a quarterback they can build with, man. But unfortunately, they brought Rob Saleh back and the GM, and this is their last hurrah. They don't get it done this year, they're done.
Wow.
So they gotta accelerate the process and go trade for a veteran and try to win games.
Ooh. That's the end of the third quarter with the score. LA Clippers 91, Phoenix Suns 84. 3 quarters down, 1 more to go in this last game of the NBA before we head to the All-Star break and a long break until next week. Any vet quarterback they have, bag it to pay up. That's probably what they're going to do, Coach. I agree. They're going to probably throw the bag.
Yeah,
they're going to accelerate their rebuild, in the sense, and say, okay, we got this squad. We're that close last year.
You need an offensive line. Your offensive line is terrible. You need to get yourself some offensive line help, especially for an older quarterback like Aaron Rodgers. If you have the offensive line that you had this past season, and you get a guy like Aaron Rodgers who doesn't have the athleticism that he had back then, you guys aren't going anywhere.
And a healthy Breece Hall.
Exactly. You need a healthy Breece Hall to balance out that offense, and you need an offensive line. You have the skill position players.
The Jets could have made the playoffs this year. Nobody's saying that. And I've been the one. I was more confident in the Jets than the Jets fans at the beginning of the season.
I picked them to go second place in the division. I picked them to go second.
I picked their win total exactly at 7 wins. So I'm very in tune with what the Jets are doing. I'm not a Jets fan, but I know what the organization. And the problem is when you trade for a veteran quarterback, like Coach said, you have to pay him. And you're going to have to give up draft picks. That is the problem, you know. And if you do that, you're going to be expected to win the Super Bowl. And in the AFC, when you got to deal with Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Herbert, and all the rest of them dudes, Trevor Lawrence up and coming.
So Lamar, if he goes back with the Ravens too.
Exactly. So and Pittsburgh's always pesky. So is New England. So I mean, you got to look at that too. That team is going to...
One quick second. I just caught this comment from Arku. NBA on NBC could be returning soon. Can you bring back the jingle, please? Can you bring back the old school NBA jingle that we all know and love, please? That we all grew up listening to, myself, Randy, and MYG, and all the guys that grew up during that era in the basketball. Please bring back that jingle, because that's exactly what would put us back right in that nostalgic feeling of what the NBA felt like. Second string offensive line. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Only one Super Chino. Your first question with your offensive line, what are you doing with Mekhi Becton? Because I am not trusting bringing that guy and putting him on as a starting offensive lineman next year. I'm not doing it. You guys need to go into the draft, and you need to get yourself a franchise left tackle like the Giants did a couple of years ago and like the Eagles did when they got Mailata. You need to get a franchise left tackle out there to be able to protect your blind side.
If you trade for Aaron Rodgers, because you're giving up that one, I guarantee you that.
Unless they give up a first round pick in 2024 and they're able to hold on to the 2023.
Man, the Packers ain't going for that shit. They want number 13. They want that high draft pick. Because when the Jets get good, then that draft pick's not going to be as valuable.
GMs ain't dumb. Coach has a good comment here. I kind of agree. I actually think Carr might go to the Jets. I actually think.
He could. I think he's going more. I still have this feeling he's going to go to the Saints, but he could go to the Jets too. I think it's possible.
At least Carr, you don't have to pay as much, and you don't have to give up a draft pick now because he's released. So that's the good thing about that. But I don't like either option, to be honest with you.
Facts.
I think people get on Carr way too much. I think Carr's not that bad of a quarterback. I really don't.
I'd do that before Aaron Rodgers, to be honest. That's more economical. At least that gets you. Yeah, at least that gets you to relevancy. You know what I'm saying? At least it gets you in the hunt, the conversation.
And it's not that hard to get to the playmakers they have on that offense. You have Garrett Wilson, who's going to be probably a top wide receiver next year in his second year. I mean, Elijah Moore is very good as a number 2. I'm sure they'll either draft or get a number 3, or they can, they'll probably fill out that position. They have a very good tight end room between Ruckert, you got Uzama, and you got Conklin. I mean, they have obviously Breece Hall. Hopefully, if he comes back fully from his injury, they have the players out there to be a good offense. You just need a quarterback that won't turn it over. Giants just need to build the interior offensive line and get weapons. Jones is a top 10 quarterback. I hope you're right. I agree with
that whole statement.
He's a borderline top 10. I'd either put him in the top 10 towards the end, or I'd put him like just a little bit outside the top 10. He's right around that area.
He'll get in that conversation with one more consistent season. And if they give him the proper team, then you can bank on that happening.
Imagine him with Smitty. Imagine Daniel Jones with Devontae Smith.
That's a sensitive subject still.
Your fan base would be talking a little different about him, I tell you that much.
Bro, we can get Devontae Smith in his draft. We can get Jordan Addison. He's basically Devontae Smith.
There you go. Keep preaching that. That's your fan base too stupid to realize.
Yeah, you get that. You go get you a veteran. You know what I'm saying? I mean, maybe you don't trade. Maybe you sign a low-end veteran and you bring back some of these other guys and pair up a couple draft picks. Yeah, a good move. Pair up a couple veterans, man, and show up the offensive line and see what you could do.
Yeah.
You were in the playoffs. You can only go up if you do it right. unless you
And you
start
have
do
the
what the
coaches.
fans do and
You guys
tear it
have the
down and
coaches.
start with another quarterback, then you're gonna go backwards. But
Yeah.
you know,
New playbook,
And we have the
growing
continuity
pains.
of the coaching staff, like Randy just said too. The coaching
Yeah.
staff is all going to be back this year, so that's
yeah,
continuity as
exactly.
well.
I don't know how many times I've told you, Jeff. Like keeping it cap. Like I love Dable and I like Wink Martindale a lot. Like I was a little butthurt when you guys got him because I was like, fuck those two.
I like
Like,
Kapka too. I like Kapka a lot too. I think this guy is going to
that's
be a
right.
lot
Mike
better in his
Kafka as
second
well.
year.
Yep.
Yeah, I think Kapka's going to be a lot better in his second
Kafka's
year.
gone. Yeah, he's gonna be gone next year.
I think Wink could be gone too.
He's definitely because this offense is gonna be good. I'm telling you, when they
Yeah.
all they need to do is get a few more pieces and get a little more depth. Once they do that, they're going to be good. I'm telling you, this team was good last year. They didn't have the depth to survive injuries. You know.
Only one Super Chino. You hear that? Cap that. There you go. There you go. You want to cap that? There you go, bro.
Exactly. I mean, just get some interior offensive linemen, get a couple of more wide receivers in here, maybe even a tight end to go with Bellinger, unless you feel like Lawrence Cager can develop into like another a good solid second option at the tight end position, which I like Cager.
He's probably more of a wide receiver. Yeah, I think they're gonna use him as more of a wide receiver. You can use him as like a guy. I don't know. I mean, you get his route running better. Maybe you can put him in the slot. I don't know. I think they're gonna use him as a wide receiver.
I'm not you, MYJ. I think you're stretching on this one with Zach Wilson having potential. It's here. It's up here. That's the problem with Zach Wilson. It's mental.
So much potential. Watson beat Buffalo last year. Oh, okay.
He's had a couple of games. He's had some games here and there, but then you can look at that game against the Patriots where he pretty much stunk it up.
I disagree. I'm not going to knock nobody's opinion. Obviously, mine is unpopular, but that's a little wild for me. Zach Wilson.
I think he's got talent. I do believe Zach Wilson has talent to be a good quarterback. The problem is it's just up here. Mentally, it's just not there right now. It's not
clicking. But see, that's the thing, Jeff. People don't know how to separate talent from quarterback play. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? The quarterback play is more than just having a rocket arm or you being able to scramble or, you know what I'm saying, being able to throw a rocket pass. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. It's more to it. It's about being a leader. It's about, accountability, your mental, your toughness, your ability to read defenses, make good decisions. Like it's a lot going into the quarterback play. So when we talk about Daniel Jones as a quarterback, I'm looking at his whole makeup in totality as a quarterback. You know, the same way I would look at a guy like Jalen Hurts or a guy like Pat Mahomes or a guy like Joe Burrow. You know, those are quarterbacks that I look at that has the makeup in totality to be great. Because they have the smartness, the toughness, the dependability, like Brian Dable says. You know what I'm saying? It ain't about just having Justin Herbert and Josh Allen are very talented quarterbacks, but they cannot get it done. And don't give me that talent bullshit because they both got talented teams. So
you're right.
I mean, look at Vince Young. Look at Vince Young when he came out of college. He had the cannon, and he just didn't have it upstairs. Like.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that that's the case with Herbert or Allen. I just think they lack something with Josh Allen. It's just decision making. You know, and I don't know Herbert, man. The Chargers.
I agree with him. He does need time to develop. Well, the coach is the reason why. The coach is the reason why that team messed up. The Chargers. The coaching staff let them down.
Yeah, I could say that too. We could say that about Daniel Jones too. So maybe Herbert gets it together, you know, with a new coach, man. But
Clippers are starting to run away with this game, by the way. It's 95-86. PG3 just hit another 3. So it's 95-86 in this game, 9-12 to go in the fourth quarter. Clippers right now leading by 9. They're actually stretching this game out now.
Who didn't do anything when it mattered?
I think he's talking about Hurts. Hurts actually performed well. Hurts played well. This is talking about Daniel Jones.
He threw over 304 yards. Ran for
Hurts
three
is
touchdowns.
Daniel Jones showed out in the playoffs. We got our ass kicked by a Super Bowl team.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That ain't on Daniel Jones.
What a shot by Damian Lee. Nice shot. Arm talent, yes, but the mental fortitude and IQ lacks. He needs to go to a small market where he could grow. He's still a little boy. That's exactly what I meant, Coach.
Yeah.
Coach just said exactly what was mentioned.
Bingo.
He doesn't have it mentally up there. Physically, he has talent. We've seen it. He's had these small stints of going out there and being a good quarterback. Nice shot there by Bones Highland. It's now a 9-point game again with 8:20 to go in the fourth. But it's just with mentally with Zach Wilson. He's not there. He thinks he's better than he is, and he acts too cocky for a young player, and it rubbed a lot of those people in the organization the wrong way, including the players. So he hurt himself.
Well, what put it over was when that reporter asked, he's like, "Do you think that you could do better or whatever?" And he was like, "No." Yeah. And like they're like, "Well, so that pass wasn't your fault," and he did. They were basically looking for him to take the ownership, even though it's not your fault. Quarterback takes the blame. In the win, you take the glory, but you also give it to your team as well. That's the leadership role. He, like you guys said, he lacks that mental fortitude to be that guy right now. And coach hit it right on the head. Going to a small market team, learn behind a vet quarterback what it takes to lead a locker room, how you handle yourself on the sideline with the guys on a good or bad play. And eventually maybe the talent will overcome his mental fortitude and he'll eventually see it and become a quarterback. But sorry, Jeff, I just don't see it.
No, I don't see it either. By the way, I'm watching this basketball game. Your former boy, Randy, Terrence Ross is having a nice game off the bench for the Suns, 16 points. Nice. I remember when Ross was drafted by the Raptors many years ago.
Yeah, he was good. He was pretty good.
With Rosen and with Lowry, that very underrated team they had over there with Toronto.
Yeah, he won the slam dunk competition too.
You mean you're talking about the Eagles game then? Because nobody was good in the Eagles game for the Giants. Nobody.
Jones threw for 135 and 0 TDs and a pick.
Go look at the Minnesota Vikings game. Go watch the Vikings game in the playoffs. The Eagles.
Jalen Hurts barely threw for passes in the game against the Giants as well. I mean, so the difference in the game was, I mean, if you look at the yardage, if you want to go by stats, I mean, we can do that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Look at Hurts' stats and look at Jones' stats in that game. Hurts barely had to throw. The difference in the game was we got bullied on the lines.
It's a good question by Coach. Nets question, should the Nets go after Kevin Love when he was released? Should y'all go after Serge Ibaka? I heard Love is going to be interested in the Miami Heat, which makes sense. Wow. So Love recently just got bought out by the Cavs. It sounds like that he's might be interested in going to the Miami Heat. In terms of Ibaka, I haven't really heard anything on Serge Ibaka and what he might do. Maybe the Clippers, maybe the Nuggets if he wants to go there. Probably Phoenix. Maybe he'll go to Phoenix. Everybody's going to be running to Phoenix. I also heard that Westbrook is looking at the Suns, the Clippers. A lot of these teams going forward. So I don't know about Love. The team I heard the most in terms of Kevin Love, Coach, has been the Miami Heat. Seems to be the team that's going to be targeting him in the buyout market. Hurts threw for 2 TDs that game. Yeah, but Hurts wasn't the reason why the Eagles won that game against the Giants.
And some yards. That's what we were talking about, right? The lines. The yardage.
Yeah. The lines was the reason why they won that game. Thunder got a national television. They deserve it. Thunder are a good young team. They deserve to have a game. Okay, that is pretty funny. Westbrook went to China. Yeah, well, I mean, he might as well. If he's going to be chucking up shots.
For real.
I think he's going to the Clippers.
I agree with that. Yeah, I don't like Westbrook. Not a fan.
That wouldn't shock me at all, too, if he goes to the Suns. That wouldn't shock me at all.
Yeah, I don't think he's a fit for the Nets, to be honest with you. I'd just rather roll with the young talent at this point. We ain't going nowhere. Too. We're not a Kevin Love away from let those guys go. Yeah,
no, I don't want Kevin Love either. He's not the same Kevin Love he was with the Timberwolves. I don't want Kevin Love.
If we had the team we were supposed to have, he'd be a perfect fit. But nah, these guys.
Kevin Love or Ben Simmons?
I'd take him over Ben Simmons. Hell yeah.
Wow, you are that low on Ben Simmons.
Absolutely. Kevin Love is can be productive at least somewhat.
That's true. No, that's true.
I
Dakota,
guess
what's going on, Dakota?
I guess if
Friday
there's
Night
one thing that
SmackDown.
Mitch and NYG can get along with is Ben Simmons being a garbage player. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we agree. I don't like him.
Dakota
I don't like the
Roser, what's
guy.
going on? WWE Friday Night SmackDown, Fox 17 today, February 17th. There you go. I forgot today. It's already Friday now. It's already been, the clock has turned to Friday, so happy Friday, everybody. TGIF, thank God it's Friday. Unfortunately, I can't say thank God it's football Friday. I'm going to be very depressed when Sunday comes around and there's no football games that are going to be on. It's going to make me sad when there's no more. I get very sad when there's no football.
Baby.
I got nothing on Sunday. Maybe I'll go out at the date. It's nice. I'll go out and enjoy the day. Y'all need a low post depth. We do. We do need low post depth. I agree with you, Coach. I don't think they trust in Day'Ron Sharp. I don't think Sharp is the answer because he's not even playing now. Simmons has been now their backup center that they've been playing. I don't think they trust Sharp right now. He gets into foul trouble a lot too.
The problem is they trying to find minutes for Simmons. And Simmons is supposed to be your low post depth. I mean, he's got to play a position. He's not the backup point guard. I mean, is this easy to back up power forward? Is he the backup center? Like, what is he good at? He doesn't fit in any lineup. That's the problem. So, I mean, he's supposed to be the guy, that can offer you that depth that we're looking for, in the low post. But he's not a post player.
No, he's not.
And he's not a shooter, and he's not a traditional point guard, so he doesn't fit. He's
just an awkward fit. He's an awkward fit and an awkward player. He's just awkward.
He's an awkward fit for any team. That's my point.
He's a 6'10" guy that can guard any position on the court, but he has no aggressiveness. He lacks that aggressive drive. He was not this player back in his first couple of years, though. He was a different player with the Sixers in those first couple of years. I remember.
I don't know what they did to him in Philly.
Was great. Yeah.
I don't know what they did to him.
He was good in his first couple of years.
I don't know what they did to him, man. They did something to that dude, man. I don't know what happened.
Do to him?
Yeah,
I don't know, man. I don't know what happened.
The whole Joel Embiid thing really just messed him up.
Yeah,
he was just never the same.
Because it's mental with that dude. It's mental, man.
He wasn't
really
there.
mental. He's not into basketball no more, right? I don't think he's into basketball anymore. He just doesn't. I don't. When you're a basketball player, like even when you're hurt, you can still see aggression. You can still see that that effort. I don't see that with Ben Simmons at all. There's just no aggression.
No, there isn't. Let me just get to these comments real quick because they're actually flying in now. I'm surprised. Shout out to all you guys. We had 9, 10 in the chat at this late at night. You guys, seriously, thank you all for the support. Make sure you guys go hit that like button and sub up to my guys up here that have been rocking with me for this entire game, even though you haven't really begun play-by-play. We've been talking football and basketball otherwise, but NYG22 and Next Shift Randy, two of my faves that I love always doing live streams with. Very, very knowledgeable when it comes to games of football, basketball, baseball, hockey, obviously UFC, college sports, scouting college sports, NASCAR with Randy. NYG is very good when it comes to scouting prospects. He's really good when it comes to basketball. That's his sport, along with football, but he's very good when it comes to X's and O's with basketball, with our guy, Big Fan Breezy. So, I mean, just shout out to you guys and shout out to everybody in the chat that's rocking with us 12:20 at night, still here with us during this NBA live stream between the Clippers and the Suns. They did Westbrook dirty. He was top 10 in assists, top 10 assists all time. I mean, he was.
Turnovers. How many missed buckets? I mean,
he just became a guy that just chucks up shots all over the place. That's the problem with Westbrook. He just chucks up too many shots now. He's gone away from his game overall. Ain't no way he had to go to China.
And they call him a stat patter because all he really cares
stat
about
patter,
is
You're right. Absolutely, Randy. And that's all he did. He was padding those stats going forward.
James Harden is the same. He's the same guy.
Yeah.
He's a stat patter. I don't like him either. Those guys you can't win with.
No, they don't want to play a team game. They just want to worry about their stat line at the end of the night.
Exactly. Tomorrow, Saturday, Michigan Wolverines basketball versus Michigan State. There you go, big college basketball. Before you know it, March Madness will be here. Before you know it, in a couple of weeks, March Madness is here, and then you got Major League Baseball on the horizon. So a lot of things still happen in the sports world.
Sorry about Clippers.
Terrence Mann's got – you might be ahead of me, Randy, on this one. Yeah, what's your timestamp right now? I have the sling, that's why. Tomorrow, funny how Kyrie and Luka haven't won a game together because they're two ball-dominant guards that both want to take the final shots. That's what they are. They were two dominant two ball-dominant guards that want the ball in their hands and want to chuck up shots all over the place. Neither of them can play defense that great. Neither of them are passive when it comes to the offensive side of the court. It's a bad fit. It did not make sense why the Mavericks did that trade. It was a stupid trade by the Mavericks because you pretty much just got another Luka out there that's not as talented as Luka is. Not Kyrie Irving is talented, but I think Luka is the alpha on that team, and Kyrie is going to have to be the beta. Ben Simmons is actually dirt. You're not wrong there. Only one Super Chino. You're not wrong. He is. AEW Rampage tomorrow night at 7 p.m. on TNT due to NBA basketball. I think that's the Rising Stars game that's going to be going forward. Like, I'm better than Ben Simmons. You're not wrong. Coach says it right here. He's absolutely right. Ben Simmons is playing in the wrong era. I agree. If he played in a different era, he'd be a better player.
Yeah,
I think he'd actually be better. In the 90s, he'd be better.
Well, I don't.
I do. I think he'd be better.
I don't know, man. He get destroyed by some of those bullies, man. If he playing like that, he playing that type of soft basketball. Yeah, he definitely wouldn't get away with that in the 90s.
Imagine Dennis Rodman against him.
Imagine those old Piston teams.
Alonzo Mourning, Mutombo, Shaq, Olajuwon.
Those old Pacer teams, those old Knick teams.
Oh, I forgot about the old Pacers. That's right. Yeah.
Oakley, Mason in the middle, Ewing. Those Knicks teams back in the day with those guys
Ron Artest the before he became Meta World Peace.
Yeah, before he went nuts.
Yeah, the Davis boys, Rick Smith.
Antonio
Jackson
and Dale Davis. Yep. He ain't never been the same since he introduced Devin Booker to his girl, and then she left Ben for him. That might be true.
Oh man!
A girl just like zapped the game out of Ben Simmons all the way back in 2020.
Man, that's cold, man.
That is cold.
That's true, Evan. He was a number one pick in the 2017 draft. And he was hyped up too. And it's just crazy how much Ben Simmons has fallen because he was a top level player with the Sixers. I remember when we played the Sixers and when the Nets played them and we had to go up against Embiid and Simmons. Simmons drove me nuts with how good he was playing defensively and then driving to the basket. He was close to a 20-point scorer with that team for 3 years.
He was.
He was unbelievable. It's like he just lost it. I don't know what happened to that dude.
Yeah.
I'm on the ISO Harden is him for real. He is. That's what James Harden does. He's Mr. ISO basketball, and also Mr. Flopper. Oh, that's what he does all the time on the court. Oh.
I don't like the chuck and duck game, man. I've never been a fan of that game. I don't like it.
Stand it. I hate when he does. I hate the players that do that.
He puts up points. I get it, but I don't like his game. You can't win. You can't win like that. Yeah, you're right. You can't win like that, man.
Yeah, just
gotta play team basketball.
Embiid's on the ground more than some football players.
My God, yeah, he is. Embiid is always on the ground, and even Sixers fans have said that. The dude spends more time on the ground than he does on his feet. He's like Evan Neal. He's like Evan Neal.
Yes.
Evan Neal was always on the ground too at right tackle. I'm like sitting there waiting to see when Evan Neal's going to fall on his ass against the outside. Not
I would say yes to the Ron Artest. Really,
he's got to get better.
He's a real gangster.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the only thing that people are going to remember Ron Artest for the most is the Malice at the Palace, which is a shame because he was a tremendous player.
I like Ron Artest, man. I like Ron Artest, man.
I did too.
Lockdown.
Out of St. John's, man. Shout out to St. John's, man.
Oh,
And I like that. I like that Pacers team back in the day with Steven Jackson, Jermaine O'Neal, and Ron Artest. With those three guys, they were a very underrated team. They were gritty as well. They were annoying when the Nets used to play them back in the early to mid 2000s. With those three guys, they were always like just that annoying team you just want to swat away. And Jermaine O'Neal was a good player too when he was with the Portland Trailblazers originally, and then he went over to the Pacers afterwards. He was
underrated player.
Luka is always on the ground too. It's the new NBA. This is how these guys go out there and try to draw fouls. By the way, 107-100. Clippers up by 7 with 3:04 left to go in this game tonight. The last game before we go to the All-Star break. You know what pissed me off tonight? Bulls just lost their 6th straight game. Yeah, the Bulls are a mess, Raphael. The Bulls are an absolute mess right now. I mean, Billy Donovan might be fired at the end of the season. Zach LaVine might be a prime trade candidate this offseason. I don't know what they're going to do with DeRozan. Vucevic is underachieved, even though he had a good game tonight. So, I mean, that team is just going to be that team's an absolute mess. Yeah, it's the rings with Kobe that remember. Kobe also had that fire, that fight, that get me the damn basketball, defensive prowess. Kobe was a guy that had that look in his eyes when it came to the playoffs. Nobody was going to deny that dude. That's what separates Kobe from a lot of other players is when Kobe, when he got into the playoffs, he had that look right in his eye and be like, y'all are not denying me that ring. That's how good Kobe was. He was lethal.
You want to know something funny? Me and Kobe share the same birthday.
That is insane. You guys have the same? Were you guys born the same year too?
No, he was born 2 years before me.
So he was
84, I believe.
Was he 84?
Or was
Kobe Bryant?
Yeah.
Nah, Kobe Bryant.
Was he 87? 86?
I think he was. I think is he older than me?
How old are you, NYG?
I'm 41.
Oh,
I think he was. Yeah, I think he might be older.
I think so. So he was maybe in 79 or 70.
He was born 78. Maybe? 78.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I knew he was older.
He was born in 1978.
78, yeah. I was close.
Okay.
Yeah. I knew it wasn't the 80s.
Yeah, Bulls, what the heck, man? They need a real change sooner or later. And yes, Arku, I'm a Bulls fan. Raphael's had a very, very rough year. I feel for Raphael. He's had a rough year. Terrence Mann's actually on the ground right now in a little bit of pain, but he's going to get back up, it looks like. I actually know he's sitting up right now, but he's in pain. Yeah, Raphael's had a rough year with the Raiders mess and now the Bulls.
He's a Raiders fan.
Yeah, he's a Raiders fan. He's the one that had to watch his team always take big leads and then always find a way to blow it at the end. Like our guy Eric too, who's a Raiders fan as well, and he had to pretty much watch that garbage all year. I feel like an idiot for picking the Raiders to be a good team this year.
Yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do, man. With the quarterback now, man. I mean, are they gonna go all in and try to get a guy like Tom Brady or something? I don't know.
No, Rodgers. Man. I think they want Rodgers. That's the guy that's.
Yeah, I thought he was going to the Jets though. So
no, I think Rodgers is going to the Jets or the Raiders.
Watch he go back to Green Bay and diss them all. That's what he does. He did this last year. Like this dude's an asshole, exactly, right? He's an asshole.
He is an asshole. You're right. Look what he did to the Packers. He screwed that team over. He screwed the Green Bay Packers over. Yeah, nobody likes him. He's one of the most unliked players in the NFL. More unliked than Tom Brady.
Maybe he needs to do more. Maybe he needs to do more ayahuasca. Maybe then.
Yeah, maybe is he still in his dark room, or did he actually come out of the dark room and figure out where he wants to play next?
Oh God.
So he's strange. My God, he's strange.
Oh man.
I mean, him and Tom Brady, they are strange people. I swear. I mean, I don't know what happened to Aaron Rodgers. I don't know what kind of sage he's been taking. Maybe him and Kyrie Irving have been, sniffing the same sage lately. But Jesus Christ, he's out there. Rodgers is out there. I mean,
but Brett Favre even like, what the hell's going on with him? Like, what?
Well, did you hear about Kamara too?
Yeah, I heard about that today. Yeah.
Talk to me about eras. When you talk, it's very hard to name a best player of all time in any sport because the eras. It's very difficult to name a best player of all time. You could speculate and say who you think is the best of all time. I'd say LeBron James is up there as one of the best players of all time. I wouldn't say he's the best. I mean, it's hard. It's different eras with players. So it's a speculation game. I could say Wilt is the best of all time. I could say Bill Russell. I could say Oscar Robertson, Michael Jordan. There's a lot of guys.
Eras.
Magic Johnson. So it's hard.
Because they'll say this era is LeBron.
Thank you, Coach.
We'll say our era is Jordan.
Good point.
And then you got the Kareem era, the Bill Russell, Wilt Chamberlain era. So I mean, you're just right. It is about your era, and it's about the rules of the game and different things like that. So
absolutely.
Just like personally, my favorite quarterback is Joe Montana.
God, what a shot by Kawhi.
It's not Tom Brady.
Clippers look like the Clippers are about to close out the game. It's 1:57 seconds left. Kawhi just hit a fadeaway shot. 1:15, 1:05, and Kawhi's at the line for one. So the Clippers are about to get a victory over the Suns and push their lead over the Suns by a game and a half, which is just big. Remember, they're playing for that home court advantage. So the Clippers are trying to play for home court. They're locked in the 4th seed right now. So it's a big game for these two teams. Big win for the Clips, too. Unfortunately, Levine will end up with the Knicks. I know you've been dreading that, Coach. You've been talking about how you do not want Zach LaVine on your team, and I don't blame you. He's going to be ringless asshole if he doesn't go to the Jets. Well, he's already got a ring, so he won't be ringless. He already won a championship for the Packers all the way back in, I think, 2008 or 2009. So he's already got a ring. Suns lost.
Rodgers, yeah.
Yeah, Rodgers already got
Rodgers
that
got
ring.
one.
Yeah.
He got one. So.
He's got the MVP multiple. That's what he's got.
Yeah. Regular season quarterback. Very good in the regular season. He's struggled when it comes to getting into the big games. He's come up short. Everybody you name was playing against boys. LeBron playing against some of the best players ever. Have you watched the eras, though?
Watch
some of the eras in the 90s. Watch the 90s.
That's total cat, man.
Watch the 90s.
Get out of here, man. Come on. I'm not letting you get away with that.
Michael Jordan was playing against? Some of the great players that Michael Jordan was playing against in the 90s? I mean, some of the best centers ever?
Boys, you can't even hand check. You know what I'm saying? The foul calls is different. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. So more points are being scored. It was harder to score back then. So what are you talking about?
By the way, the final score of the game, 117-107. The Clippers win the game tonight, and the NBA is officially now on the All-Star break.
Go Google or go YouTube Bill Laimbeer's career, bro, and then see about what basketball was like in his era and then basketball in this era. LeBron wouldn't end up.
It's totally different. It was way more physical, man.
Absolutely. Yes. LeBron would have been on
you got to learn your history, man. I respect your era, but don't disrespect mine. Learn your history. I wasn't playing against no damn boys. Get out of here.
That's insulting to Matombos. That's insulting to the fucking Lonzo Mourning.
David Robinson. You know what I'm saying?
Antonio Davis. Get the fuck.
It's more of the problem is with today's NBA, it's more about 3-point shots and everything compared to what was in the NBA back then.
It's not physical. We just said it. It's flippy floppy. All they doing now is flopping.
He's calling it bully ball. That wasn't
exactly, Coach.
No, it's called paying for the rules when you got in the paint, man. Like they made you know you weren't gonna do no flashy dunks on your center or whatever because you were gonna get a shot in the ribs, and it wasn't just gonna be a nice one. It was gonna be when your ass was on the ground. So
you know what hurts LeBron James' legacy? When he decided to do that little
10.
And when he decided to do that press conference, that stupid press conference saying he was going to Miami and decided to go to Dwayne Wade's team, not LeBron James' team. That Miami Heat team with Wade, Bosh, and James was Dwayne Wade's team. Wade was the guy. James might have been the best player on that team, but that was Dwayne Wade's team with that big three. So,
and why did he have to go to that team to win? You see what I'm saying?
Because he couldn't win in Cleveland.
Right.
So that's why he did
LeBron and them started this super team era.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's all about now. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Guys can't win and build with their teams.
No, they can't.
You know what I mean? Jordan built with the team. Magic Johnson built with the team. Bird built with the team.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? These guys get drafted and they jump ship at the first chance they get to go to another team.
Yep.
Braun beat the best team of all time after being. Is that the Cleveland one he won? The one I will give him is the one he won with Cleveland when he went back to his home city and was able to win there. That was with Kyrie, I believe. They won the championship.
Exactly. You said it with Kyrie, a top 5 player.
I don't think Kyrie was like an ascending player at that point, but then you had that monster playoff series.
For all we hate on Kyrie, and I'm pissed at Kyrie. You know, fuck him, man. That dude is good. He's a Hall of Famer.
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. I can never take away Kyrie Irving's talent.
You know
same
what
thing
I'm
with
saying?
Durant and same thing with
Let's
Harden.
not act like he wasn't on that team. It wasn't Kevin Love on that team as well?
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
All right.
Let me see. LOL, bro, talking about super team. Jordan was a super team. Yeah, but they were all homegrown. A lot of those guys, Jordan and Pippen, Pippen was actually traded to that team. I believe he played a couple of years with Portland, and then he eventually got traded, or he signed or got traded over to the Bulls around late, it was like 80s, 80, 89, 90, around that time.
Around there, yeah.
Yeah, that's when that team really transformed. I mean, you could say the same thing about those Celtics teams in the 80s if you want to talk about super teams. When they had Parrish, McHale, Bird, you know, all those guys, Ainge. I mean, everybody
these guys built super teams. They go to super teams. We talking about teams that get developed, just like the Warriors developed a super team.
Yes.
LeBron is not a great player because he developed a super team. No, he, like Kevin Durant, are hired assassins that pick and choose where they want to go, and when it doesn't go great, they cry their way out of their situation. That's who they are. I'm sorry.
Facts.
I don't respect it.
Kyrie, a top 5 player. Come on, bro. Give it up. LeBron, the GOAT. I mean, if you want to say LeBron James, the greatest of all time, that's your prerogative. That's fine.
You're entitled to
Kyrie is definitely a top 5 point guard of his era.
He is, yes.
So,
he is.
So, if I wasn't meaning like top 5 all time. No, I wasn't saying that. I'm saying in this era.
Yeah.
In the era he's playing in. He's one of the best.
He's one of the best scoring point guards out ever in the NBA in the past 10, 15 years. And he's very good at facilitating the basketball, creating his own shot, dribbling off the dribble. He's one of the best ball handling point guards you've ever seen, too. The way he can ball handle the basketball.
Kevin Love at his peak. Kevin Love was at his peak when he got traded to Cleveland.
I do, too.
Which LeBron orchestrated.
Thompson was there, Tristan Thompson.
Right.
They had a good team. But obviously it wasn't like Miami where you had all those great players, and then they got Ray Allen later. Where they were, they remember they got Ray Allen as part of that team for a little bit too?
Mm-hmm.
How have you never been to the finals without Braun before? Yeah, and LeBron James has never been to the finals without Kyrie Irving, without Anthony Davis, and without Chris Bosh and Dwayne Wade. You know why I like Giannis? Because Giannis made it to the NBA Finals, and I like Chris Middleton a lot. I've always liked Chris Middleton. Chris Middleton is not on the level of these players LeBron James, Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant have had. Just got to be honest. And he won a championship.
Even the Celtics. I don't like the Celtics, but they homegrown.
Yeah, right now
that's
they are. Golden State too. Golden State too is homegrown.
That's what I respect. I don't respect the hired assassins like LeBron James and Kevin Durant.
So you're telling me right now that you think that Chris Middleton is a much better player than Dwayne Wade, than Chris Bosh, than Anthony Davis, than all these guys. Middleton's a very good player. He's an all-star. But Giannis won with his second player nowhere as good as what LeBron James had. Just being honest. Sorry.
Nah, they wasn't bums.
LeBron James will get his.
It was not bums.
No.
They was not bums, man. That team was not bums, man. You know what I'm saying? And you thinking too about LeBron James was arguably who was he up against in the Eastern Conference?
Yeah.
Going to the finals.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He joined his competition, which was Dwayne Wade.
And Wade already won a championship. And Wade already won a championship in 2006 with Shaq.
That was the team. That was the team that was in his way.
But that's the debate that everybody's gonna be talking about. Is that like, well, Dwayne Wade didn't win because he had Shaq. Kobe didn't win because he needed Pau Gasol or he needed Shaquille O'Neal. Like, you know, everybody needs it.
Everybody
needs the most
help,
impressive team. The most impressive team to me that won a championship was that Detroit Pistons team that won with Ben Wallace, Rasheed Wallace, Tayshaun Prince, Rip Hamilton, and Chauncey Billups. All three of them were very good players. None of them were superstars. And that team went out there against that Dallas Mavericks team, and they won that championship. Even Dallas, they had Dirk Nowitzki as their star player, and they had an aging Jason Kidd. They had a couple of other aging players on that team, and they won a championship as well. Those are the teams that I get to give the most credit to because they had that one star.
I hate to interrupt, boys, but I gotta go.
That's fine, Randy. I'm gonna close out the stream in like 10 minutes anyway. So
I just wanted to say it's not only an honor, but it's been a privilege to be on with you, Mr. Unpopular and Mr. Jeff NYG. But I appreciate letting me be on with you tonight, bro. And we'll chat later. And NYG. Maybe I look forward to potentially doing some work with you down the road, brother.
You guys should do some
most
collabs.
definitely, man. Most definitely, man. I get what you wrong, Randy, man. Appreciate you, man.
You guys should do some baseball collabs together, like a Blue Jays Yankees little rivalry thing. Talk about that during the spring. That'd be really cool.
Yeah, man. I'm with it, man. I'm with it.
ALA stuff. So
definitely trying to do some more baseball content.
Me too.
Sweet.
Coming up, boys. Spring training is coming up, man. So.
Absolutely, boys. We'll chat later. We'll chat later, boys.
Have a great night, Randy. I'll talk to you soon, bro.
Peace, boy.
Kyrie Irving without his bull S would have been respected. Yeah. Well, thank you.
I agree.
Thank you, bro, for the sub. Thank you. You know what? I respect your points. I do. We're allowed to disagree on it, but you have the right.
It's all respect.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
It's all love, man. No doubt, man. I love the banter, as they call it. Yeah, I love it, man. You're welcome to come on my show anytime, man. Was only for one Super Chino. Man, more than welcome, man.
Celtics. Well, the Celtics had that super team too. You could actually say the Celtics sort of had it with Garnett, with Pearson Allen, and then you obviously had Rondo, who they were developing as point guard. He was
they put that team together. They did.
And they won a championship.
I give you that. Yep, I give you that one.
You talk Kyrie. Curry is such. Go and watch film of Muhammad Abdul Rauf.
Muhammad Abdul Rauf. Yeah.
Yeah. AKA Chris Jackson. Yeah. He was bombing.
He was. Yeah. He was. Yep. Facts.
I remember him too.
Coach is not lying. Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He had that range that everybody give credit to Steph Curry for. He was doing that in the 80s, in the early 90s.
Yes, he was. So was Mark Price. Remember how good of a three-point shooter Mark Price was for the Cavs?
Mm-hmm.
Dan Marley.
Sure.
Dan Marley was a guy that normally drove to the basket, but I think he picked up a severe injury and he became a much better three-point shooter. Jeff Hornacek. Anybody remember Jeff Hornacek?
I'll tell you an underrated three-point shooter. That was Mitch Richmond of the Sacramento Kings.
Yes,
that dude used to kill it, man.
Mitch Richmond
lethal.
Was a very underrated three-point shooter. I agree with you, MYG.
Man, he won a couple three-point shooting contests, I think, too. While he was in them.
You're not wrong, Evan.
That dude was good.
Do you remember how good Jeff Hornacek was as a three-point shooter? With the Jazz?
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, Stockton and Hornacek, man. You couldn't do nothing with them because Yeah, man, because Malone had the post, and they was the best at that inside-outside. What they was really good at was the pick and roll.
Yep, they were.
You know what I'm saying? They was good at the pick and roll, but they played that inside-outside game as well, man. When Malone would get the post, they would double Malone. He would kick it out to Hornacek. They would rotate over, man, back over to Stockton, straight up top. That was his shot. Bang. You know what I'm saying? They was killing it, man.
I don't play Madden. I don't play any video games, Super Chino. I don't think NYG does too either. So,
Nah,
I haven't played any
I
video
used
games.
to, but I don't really got time to play games. If I had the time, I would play, but I don't really got time to really commit to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I used to play video games a lot more when I was younger. I liked the challenging systems back then, but not as much as I was. There's another one, Vernon Maxwell. Another guy that's a deadly shooter.
Definitely, man. Mad Max, yup.
Remember
That
Jamal
Rockets team was
Mashburn?
good too, man. They had Robert Ory, they had Kenny Smith, Sam Cassell. They was all lethal from downtown.
Mario Ellie.
Mario Ellie, yep.
Remember Jamal Mashburn too from those Charlotte Hornets teams with Larry Johnson, Alonzo Mourning, and Muggsy Bogues.
From the Mavs. Remember him and Jim Jackson on the Mavs and Jason Kidd.
Mashburn was a really underrated shooter and really underrated player for the Mavs and the Hornets. He was one of my favorite players also during the 90s too, where I loved watching him. I even like some of those Pacers players too at the point.
Yeah.
I mean, Reggie Miller, obviously, enough said. The guy is one of the best shooters of all time. And then Mark Jackson, a great facilitator. Obviously, you had Rick Smits, the center. Detlef Schrempf when he was on that team before he went to Portland. Then you obviously had the Davis boys, Antonio and Dale Davis. That Pacers team was a pain in the ass to play against in the 90s. They were a pain in the ass.
They were difficult.
Same with the Knicks. Same with the Knicks.
Yeah.
Charles Oakley, I'm sorry, Coach. Charles Smith, before he did that stupid thing in the 92-93 playoff series. Mason, Ron Harper, John Starks, Dennis Scott is another one. The original 3-and-D guy.
Dennis Scott, yep.
That's exactly it, Coach. I'm glad you brought up Dennis Scott too. Another great. Doc Rivers. Doc Rivers was another great player.
Doc Rivers,
Doc Rivers was
on
unbelievable, underrated.
Yeah.
I feel you. I like to play them on and off season for sports, so I feel like I'm still watching. Yeah, no, I hear you, bro. I hear you. I just fell out of love with video games over the years. It's not as challenging as the ones they were old school, like the old school systems. So I mean, it's just difficult though. So, but I mean, really just depends, I guess. But I'll go for like another few minutes. I'm gonna close it out. I'm gonna probably get some rest.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump off, Jeff, man. It's been good, man. I gotta get some rest though, man. But you know what I'm saying? We'll wrap though. Yeah, no doubt. We'll wrap, man. I'm gonna contact you, man.
No doubt, bro.
Sometime this weekend. If not, I'll see you Tuesday, man.
I'll be doing the football show later on today. So if you want to hop on for a little bit, we'll talk some football, basketball, whatever. I'm game.
Yeah, I need to get a one-on-one with you though. You know what I'm saying? I just want to holler at you about something though. So, but we'll wrap though. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Well,
all right.
Thank you, MYG. Have a great night, bro.
All right, you too, man.
Thank you, Coach. Have a great night as well. Take it easy, guys. I'll go for like another couple of minutes. I'll go to like the 3-hour mark. Then I'm gonna close out the live stream. But the game tonight, the Los Angeles Clippers ended up defeating the Phoenix Suns tonight by the final score of 117-107. So the Clippers hold on to that number 4 seed right now, and they're about a game and a half over the Suns. No problem, Evan. Thank you. Thank you for coming by the live stream. Like I said, I've had about 18, 19 people in the live stream strong tonight. If it wasn't for you guys don't got to thank me. I got to thank you for staying with me this entire time through this live stream. So I want to say thank you guys. Evan, Coach, Only One Super Chino, Arku, Chad Schrader, can't forget about my guy Chad, Rafael Chassin, Arku, all you guys, Earl Cole, Dakota Riser, can't forget about Dakota. Darknet, aka CWE Bed Stewie, Juice, aka the Sports Network. Brewski Chair. I forgot about Drewski Brewski Chair. He was in the chat for a little bit too. Can't forget about my guys, Next Shift Randy, as well as G Nation Inside Sports and NYG 22. Danny Berry Sports, got to give a shout out to Danny Berry and Lucas Hallman, as well as Alex Harbula, Butterfly, who was also in the chat. No Mets, no Nets, no Jets. All you guys that are shout out and have been here with me since the beginning of the live stream. Thank you guys all for coming by tonight. I will be back later on today for the New York Giants and Football Friday talk, probably just recapping the Super Bowl, talking about some of the news and notes that have been happening around the NFL. Just like, just straight up football talk. But if you want to talk basketball, we can. If you even want to talk wrestling, we can. Baseball, if you want to talk baseball, I'm able to talk about anything. Food as well. So, I just want to say all you guys have been awesome tonight. Seriously, thank you all for the love and support that you've given me. 18, 19 strong. Please hit that like button if you haven't already, and give a sub to NYG Jeffy T85 on the Hardcore Sports Network, as well as Let's Talk Sports, and my guys, NYG22, aka Unpopular Opinion Sports, Next Shift Randy, Coach Ed Gladney's Amazing World of Sports, G Nation Inside Sports, Earl Cole, everybody part of the Big Blue Crew and the Hardcore Sports Network. Thank you guys all for coming by the live stream tonight. I hope every single one of you guys enjoy the rest of your Friday nights, Thursday night / Friday morning. Take it easy. And as always, when I close out these live streams with basketball, let's go Brooklyn Nets. It's a Nets world, and we all just live in it. Have a great rest of your night, and I will catch you very soon.